Okay, so pursuant to Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2023, this meeting will be conducted via in-person and remote means. This means that members of the public body as well as members of the public may access this meeting in person or virtually. The meeting may be accessed remotely via contact provided below. When required by law or allowed by the chair, people wishing to provide public comment or otherwise participate in the meeting may do so in person or remotely. Additionally, the meeting may be broadcast later via the town YouTube channel and Topsfield cable television. Topsfield cable television is on and is recording. This time called to order. We'll start with the draft meeting minutes from May 30th. March 30th. How am I getting ahead of myself? And my thanks. So I'm going to share my screen. Unfortunately, before I do that, my dang Slack is firing off, so for work. So I'm just going to quit Slack and ignore work. And then go here and go to Zoom and share my screen. Before I share my screen, let me set those share settings and make sure that those are properly set. Advanced.
Principal operation.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, good evening, everybody.
Hello there.
Hey, okay. Hey, Michael.
Hello.
There was an Oriama that was in the news. And I wonder if it was related to you.
I don't know.
You mean the basketball player, coach?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it didn't look like she was related to you, but maybe might have been. Probably your uncle.
Great uncle somewhere, probably.
Okay.
No relation.
No. Doesn't come to family parties.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Is you?
So it's strange.
Yes.
It was the South Carolina coach or UConn?
No, UConn.
UConn.
Gino, he's been the coach for. I mean,
okay.
He and Pat, what's her name, were the two that created the women's NCAA juggernaut.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so now we'll be sharing screen now that you saw, it's host only.
We'll see.
All right. So agenda today, we're going to review the meeting minutes. We're going to do a quick update on events. We're going to review the warrant explanations, go through those.
You don't have to vote on them?
No.
Yeah.
No, it's just making sure we're comfortable with them. And then once we've done that, the last thing will be just to discuss, and it's not on the agenda, but we realized we need to just discuss the review and make sure we're ready for 4 weeks from tomorrow.
I'll be getting very good. This is right.
Me too. Yeah. Well, could have been like 2020, right? Where we were all ordering on Amazon the Flobies so we could get our hair cut before we went and sat out in the on the football field for town meeting. All right, and then so we'll walk through that and then we'll wrap this up hopefully quickly. So draft meeting minutes. We have meeting minutes from the 3:30. You know, as we said, as I half jokingly said, I thought you'd put in the meeting minutes that from 6 o'clock to 6:07, Jay fought with his computer.
It was much longer than that.
Yes, yeah. Well, it ended at 6:07. It started at 6. In my defense, I did start at 5:45 trying to set this thing up.
You don't really want me to put that.
No. Any comments on the meeting minutes? Any concerns? Any motions?
So the only thing is, the reason why it's in red is because I'm not sure what section it was actually under the graph.
Yeah, so it got moved to this top. So it'd be here. Let me pull up
the section. Yeah.
Let me pull that up. Financial overview, and then it's right there.
So it is the financial overview section.
Yes.
should I just put it as a just a line in the graph in the financial overview section? Because you know, Mike did talk
Yeah.
about that, and I think it's important to
Yeah.
say something about it.
Okay, yeah, in the growth, in the graph.
It's Kevin. Everyone just got an email from Kevin.
All right, let me just.
On the FinCom letter, I think I saw a couple of sections that were red, the header, and there was something else.
No, everything should be black by now.
That's what I thought, but I saw some red.
Well, it's too late
I
now. It's
thought
gone out to print.
It'll all be black.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah, only the top header was
Oh,
red.
okay, that's fine.
It's just each page, the header.
See,
Right,
That's right,
okay,
too.
Yeah.
So I got no questions, concerns. I'll make a motion unless there's anyone else who wants to.
You can make the motion.
All
then
right,
we can-
I'll make the motion to approve the March 30th, 2026 meeting minutes as amended.
second,
Okay, any further discussion?
No.
All right, all in favor?
Aye. Thank you.
Opposed? Abstained? Thank you, Heidi. That's
Thank you.
6-0. Catherine is not able to make it today. Okay, so I'll close that one down. All right, so from an updates, before we get into the, everything, the letter went out. Everything's gone to print. Went out Thursday, or the letter went out Tuesday or Wednesday when I got that feedback, and everything went to print on Thursday. There was a little bit of confusion on the Jamie's letter. It did not reference the multiple consent agendas. We're gonna do a lot of notifications on that along the way. Our letter also did put it in there.
Okay.
And we'll do a lot to start communicating this. A reminder, Tuesday, the 28th. So 3 weeks from tomorrow. Right, so is it the 28th? No, it'll be the 29th. 3 weeks.
Tuesday, 28th.
28th?
Yep.
Oh, tomorrow's the 7th, that's right,
Yeah.
Tomorrow's the 7th. Oh, okay, tomorrow's my dad's birthday.
28, something, you know.
Tuesday, the 28th is the, moderators forum, which will be right in there. I'm not gonna be able to attend. I think I mentioned this to you all. I'm in Florida, with my in-laws.
Oh, not nice, I'm sorry.
Well, it's fine. It's just, you know, it was the only time we could be down there because I can't miss the following week.
Is what I was thinking.
And we gotta get set up to help them get ready to go home, come home.
Is it gonna be, where's it?
Right there.
Oh, okay.
Is that a 5:30 start?
I suspect it's gonna be later than that. I'll find out and I will make sure I communicate to everyone.
It's on the website.
If it's already there, I'll pull it. Actually, I'm pulling it up now to look and see.
is it a problem if more than three of us?
No.
Didn't say anything?
No, what I'll do is I'll put a meeting agenda out there. And just, or that you all are attending. I'll put something out there saying not participating, not deliberating, but attending and representing. Just in case. I mean, ultimately, I don't think it's a problem either way because it is a published notice. There's notices out there and everything, but better safe than,
I didn't see it on this calendar.
yeah.
I looked earlier today.
Okay,
Yeah, this just came out, so
yeah,
I also noticed today that there's.
yeah, new website,
Oh, wow.
so there's still some kinks we're working out.
I noticed.
Yeah,
Nothing terrible, but I did notice a couple.
yeah.
Don't take that, I did not mean that in a negative way.
And I couldn't find your agenda today, so I started making a scene about it, so.
And then you find agenda, then you have to download
Yeah.
it, then you have to open it.
Mhm.
That's the thing I noticed, so. All right, so that'll be on the 28th. The other thing, and we can talk a little more about this after we get through this, again, the following Tuesday, we are at Masco. We will have our meeting probably at 6 o'clock, is what it usually is, with a joint meeting with the select board, where we'll go over the short-term, special town meeting, and the 1 or 2 items that haven't been reviewed, and just review and make sure we're ready for the meeting. And so I will set up an agenda for that as well. I mean, and get that published. As well, but that when you come, all of you guys will vaguely remember this, but when you come into the middle school, you turn right, and you walk past the hallway down towards the rest deep into the school. You keep going straight. It's your second door on the left, where we'll be. There'll be plenty of people there to direct you. The other thing that when we'll talk about it there is when you check in, we all have to check in just as if we are our residents, because we are. But if there's a line, they'll just come to the front and we'll go to the desk and they'll take care of us. But I'll talk to you about that later.
Never a line when you're that early.
Yeah. Well, oftentimes they're not set up by the time like I come in. So you have to come out. We're coming out of the meeting, the first meeting. All right, and so from there, we can cover a few other things if there are. But we're ready to jump into the articles. Okay, the goal here is to just visit each one briefly, have the person who owns it speak to it. Just so that 2 reasons. One, they wrote it in general, but also that reconfirms to me that we know who's presenting, because you will be the person that's presenting up on stage, or not necessarily on stage, at our podium.
Are there any other subject updates? Jay, I think there were a couple of other things floating. Like the Masco, I don't know.
The
That got
authorization,
resolved.
The debt authorization had gotten resolved was that right before? Was that after Monday that they got the final? Or was it before?
We got it,
Did we have it for Monday? We did not.
no,
We did not. Okay. So, yeah, the wording was,
We had for Wednesday for the select board meeting.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
yeah, so we can revisit that one when we get to it. You just sent the final, right?
I did.
Yeah.
Only 2 finals. Many years there's multiple finals.
All right, I'm opening that up.
Is it-
Just,
Do you want it,
Also
you want a
the,
word? I can use the word when it's easier for you.
no,
I think also
that's
the
fine.
ballot question one about including elementary.
There were 3 changes from our last meeting. One was an Article 3 motion B. It was a great conversation. We got that literally that day from KP Law. We inserted the language. They made a modification where they actually repeated in motion B, elementary schools, highway, public safety, and all other town in motion B. And previously, we just said the 2027 general operating budget. And it was pointed out, in the motion, we were sensitive to the language, elementary schools, everything else. So we did speak with Lauren Goldberg. We were able to put the language back to what it was before, referencing the proper, referencing 2027. It was right technically, as the way she improved it or changed it. But we felt it was better to go back to what we had. And so you can see in motion B in this section here, that right there changed from what you voted. So you voted actually this language previously, 5-2, and then we changed it so that it actually referenced the attachment A, and above it, it had language. If you could actually scroll just a hair up, sure, yeah, it actually repeated this language here: town expenses, fixed annual salary, or actually fund elementary, school, highway, public safety, and other town expenses as a fixed annual salary. That was copied from KP Law down there. She said it wasn't necessary. It was just to be consistent. For reasons we talked about the other night, we felt it was better to go back to just blank the higher level general 27 budget. So that was the change in the motion. That everything else below that is the same. That's what the select board voted on Wednesday last week.
Yeah. So since they voted it, you might as well just vote it, if that's okay with people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So we'd be 6 of us rather than 7, so it'd be a closer vote.
There we go.
But I'll take a motion on the adjusted wording for Article 3rd to basically, I'll state it. Someone just say I motions as such. For Article 3rd, recommend the motion, adjusted motion as documented in the final warrant article. for a total of $28,218,754 to raise and assess, and an additional $317,084 to fully fund the additional portion of the fiscal year 2027 general operating budget.
I'll motion as such.
Second.
All right, so we have a first and a second. Any further conversation? Starting with motion A. We'll vote this motion A first. I should have done it just for motion A, but all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? 6-0. Then for motion B, which includes the override for a total of $317,084, as set for, recommend the town, I'll just say it, recommend the town vote to raise, assess, and appropriate an additional sum of $317,084 to fully fund the additional portion of the fiscal year 2027 general operating budget as set forth in the row labeled Article 3, Motion B, and Attachment A. Provided, however, that such additional appropriation shall be expressly contingent upon approval by the voters at an election of a Proposition 2.5 override, so-called pursuant to General Law, Chapter 59, Section 21C, parentheses G. So that is the motion. We already have a first and a second. So all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, 4-2-0, with one not here. Approved. I could have really messed with things there if I wanted to, couldn't I have? Any one of us could have.
I didn't pray this morning. So.
All right, so that got approved, and continued to be approved. Moving forward, we will, so that was one of the changes, and we've covered that. The other change was, what were the other ones?
It was the mass economic debt. In Article 45, that's the debt one, and then question 3 at the end for Masco as well. And so we were able to, on Wednesday of last week, right before the select board's final meeting, before I had to go print on Thursday, we did get final language from MSBA and Masco, approved MSBA language from Masco, which allowed us to then put that in. There was 2 changes in the motion. I don't know if they're material, but they're worth noting, and if the board wants, this committee wants to vote it again, by all means. The first was properly calling out the name of the school committee. It just, school committee, and a resident pointed out, should be Mass Economic School District Committee, and so that adjustment was sent to MSBA and approved. And then under the actual override, it calls out Proposition 2.5. After the C, this type of override should be parentheses K. It's not wrong what they had, it's just more, it's clearer and consistent with how we've done overrides in the past as well, to have that called out. And so that was added in as well. Those were the 2 changes. Everything else is the same.
What about the ballot question? Was that adjusted as
Yep.
well? or-
Yeah, I can cover that one if you want when we get to that one. I know you won't be voting, but I'll share it with you nonetheless.
Yeah, and maybe we can verbalize it, Jay, whoever talks to this. This doesn't say what the impact of Topsfield is on the 1.7 million.
Right, well, because you don't know.
We could say
Yeah.
approximately.
Yeah, yeah,
Ballpark,
yeah.
generally, this would be about.
based on current,
500,000.
based on current enrollment.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a number.
No, I think it's really fair.
I'm just reading it myself.
Based on current enrollment, that's actually based on the 5-year average.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a running average, right, the running average.
And also,
Okay.
we won't know like interest rates or anything, right?
Yeah, that's the bad part about it. You
Yeah.
can estimate to it, but it's
Right.
not exact.
Taxpayers just want to know.
Or even if you just say, currently, our share of the 1.7 million would be this much more.
In the italicized section, right? You can
Yeah.
probably put it.
Or you speak to it.
I
It's
just,
definitely at this point.
Yeah. All right, so I don't know that changes, well, we're here, we might as well just dot the i's and cross the t's and do it belts and suspenders. So I'll take a motion to recommend positive action on this, or negative action if someone wanted to, but.
Tom, are you the motion maker?
Sure, yeah. I'll make recommend positive action, or make a motion to recommend positive action on the changes set forth, within Article 45.
There were first and a second, any further conversation?
Mike,
Michael,
Michael?
we'll make these 2
Trying to make it
so it's
consistent.
easier for you. I got the message.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? One. So it is 5-1-0. No, yeah.
Boy,
So this,
Opposed?
yeah,
so when I wrote it in my dissents, but I feel like we are locking ourselves out of a rational way to actually upgrade Masco at half the cost.
in other words, not with the MSBA.
Not with the MSBA ties us into this electrification thing that is just, if it doesn't work, it ties us into electrification strategy for the first time they've ever tried something like this. And if that doesn't go right, we're gonna be putting in some huge honking natural gas generators. I just.
Does it lock us into that?
MSBA requires,
Yeah.
No, but this vote.
so this vote, no, this vote locks us into designing a system that meets MSBA's requirements.
It does
MSBA,
lock us in.
it doesn't, it doesn't lock us into doing it. We could come back and say, you know what? No,
Yeah.
we're not taking your money. And we're not doing this.
That'll be next year, right?
That'd be next year. But it locks us into spending the 1.7 million
Yeah,
to design something that effectively aligns with what MSBA is saying we might need to do.
yeah. I love putting money in the schools. I just,
Yeah, I don't have a problem with the
But-
1.7 million, but I'd
but-
like to see all the financial options.
Yeah.
but I think what Jay mentioned before was, if you don't plan on voting for the big project, you probably don't want to vote for this
Yeah.
project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But you gotta get, so I mean, to your
Yeah.
point, we could, that's part of what you can ask is, when you see the numbers next year, you ask.
but at town meeting, I will support the FinCom.
It's fine, no, it's fine,
I would go to town meeting and under.
no, it's fine, either way.
I don't.
Yeah, we obviously have to fix the roofs and so forth, way
Yeah.
overdue.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see the most cost-effective option objectively.
Yeah.
And I read the reports and one was, biased towards electrification.
Well, yeah, so MSBA requires, it requires heat pumps.
Mhm.
So electrification means heat pumps.
Heat pumps are okay, but it requires us to take out the backup gas boilers, I think. That's my key. I
I-
like heat pumps, I look.
Yeah, I don't know, I don't know, and that'd be part of what you asked. I know that it doesn't allow us to put a single dime towards them.
Right.
Right, and that might be apples and oranges, or it might be apples and apples, right? But it doesn't allow, we can't, any money we put towards touching those things other than removing them, we don't get any money from the state
That's fine.
for that.
Okay.
But we could do that.
It's allowed to keep them. That's my critical question.
Yeah, we'll have to find that out. Come out for next year as it comes in. All right, so then,
Okay, I'd like to change my vote, actually.
well, someone's gotta make a motion for
I'll
that
make
to
a
happen.
motion. What do I say for no action?
Revote?
No, yeah, just actually, you can do a no action, or you can even I make a motion for positive action.
And then just vote no.
And then vote
Make a
no.
motion for positive action.
All right, so we have a first and a second. I know what okay, so all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay. 5-2, 4-2.
You know what's sad though? I'm sorry to interrupt. We should know that. I'm 100% behind spending money to do it. But I'd like to have that gas backup option. To me, that's just so logical.
Mhm.
That's fine, but if we voted, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At this point.
Okay.
Question 3 was the one you said, shall the town of Topsfield be allowed to exempt, this is the one? Shall the town of Topsfield be allowed to exempt, we don't have any vote here, this is just for informative at this point for us, we're done with the voting of that, so. Shall the town of Topsfield be allowed to exempt from the provisions of Proposition 2 1/2, so-called, the amount required to pay the town's allocable share of the bond issued by Masconomet Regional School District for the purpose of paying feasibility study and schematic design costs related to a potential accelerated repair project involving red. So they did incorporate in the specificity of the design costs, not the whole project. Located at and replacement of the roof. Okay.
So there was an email sent by Middleton today requesting further changes. I did speak with the town administrator. Middleton said we're in print, so expect that the superintendent's response will say, it's too late.
Yeah.
For this,
This is the language.
yeah.
This
You
is
wanna
the
change it now?
Middleton made they put it to council, and council had some recommended changes. I mean, Masco's council wrote it, so the lawyer did review it. We did catch something significant though, so it was good to have more eyes on it. But time was too short to make any additional changes, so, just wanted you to be aware of it in case it comes up in any context, that there was a additional request coming from Middleton, but
Yeah,
this is what we've gone.
so in a strict sense, does the wording have to match exactly?
Yes.
Across the three towns?
My understanding is that's matched word by word.
I understand, I'm not,
Yeah, no, actually, yeah, I don't know.
But it was a great catch. I know it came out of this room right here, a couple weeks ago. So thank you. And it was funny when I did speak with the superintendent, I mentioned some of the tweaks in the motion. And then when I brought this up, he looked at me and said, yeah, we'll send that in. And then he said, when we send that in, we will also send in those. There was more than just those two requests on the motion that came in, but those were the two they said there were enough merit to move forward for further review from MSBA as well.
Okay.
Good news, we did not have to drive them to Boston and camp out to get this. They were able to deliver mid-morning the day it was due, so.
okay. All right, so that is the warrant, that is everything that's in it.
What was the date of the final? Cause it's that went to print. It was the last.
Which version?
Yeah, last.
When, it was the second, it went to print on the
April
second.
April 2nd went to print. It's on version 12.02 final. I didn't send it to you because I just went over the changes, but that's what it,
I just want it, just because we're saying the changes as
Yeah.
adopted.
do you want
and
that
blah, blah,
version
blah.
for the record? I'll send that out.
It's in here, I can share, you shared this with everyone, the whole warrant, so it's there, we have it.
We
It's
voted
fine.
the latest, the last
Yeah.
final.
So we just voted it right off the warrant that's sent to print, so that's better than.
Yeah, no
Anything
more
else.
changes.
Yeah.
This requires all three towns to approve it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
So if Middleton is going,
If they found something they find that's significant enough for them to question the merits, they could vote it down, but
that's what happened 2 years ago.
Yeah,
it is what happened.
But-
Boxer Topsfield voted it through, Middleton did not, and
Right.
so they had to go back to the drawing board.
But. Okay, so exiting out of that now and getting on to what we're here for. All right, we're gonna start and I'm just gonna open these.
can you make them a little bigger?
Yeah. I'm gonna open these and we're gonna go through them one at a time, starting with number 2. The idea is to rip through these, make sure the person that is listed.
That'd be me.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm just getting, there we go. That is listed on them. Acknowledge what's there and then the, in favor, and if someone has a reason they want to not, or, something in there for opposed, that's fine as well. We talk about it quickly and then we move on. All right?
Yeah.
So go.
Is the department sponsor correct here? Town administrator, does that make sense?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
all right, so.
that's fine.
Yeah, so I had this one last year too. I basically used the same language as last year. This is just approving the transfer request that we do every year under Article 2. Positive action is just transferring this so we could help balance the general operating budget.
Vote was 7-0. Do we have, can someone pull up the,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I
I
checked all
believe
these,
it was,
but
yeah.
I think there were a couple that were wrong on the,
I know just the one
Okay.
line was, yeah.
okay.
Yeah. And opposing view would just be keeping those in those accounts to just help grow those accounts, but that's what I,
Right. It says in favor. Is that supposed to be FY 27 or 26?
Yeah.
it should be funding the 27 budget, right?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not the special town meeting.
Oh.
Yeah,
These are the balance in the annual town meeting.
Yes,
This is transfers that happened for fiscal 27.
Awesome, July 1st.
yeah.
Okay, I got that confused.
Yeah. No, as soon as you said, I was like, oh, no, that's special town meeting. The balance transfers, they are actually taking from old ones and bringing them into
The balance,
26.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
balance
yeah.
26,
Wording.
Yeah.
I guess confused me a little bit.
okay. All right, so we're good with this one?
Yep.
All right, I need to, sorry, give me a second. I'm just trying to put these things somewhere where, you see those controls somewhere where I can, okay, so save and then file.
Is that the opposed, is that true in every case?
I think, yeah, in many
Without looking
cases,
at the accounts they're coming from.
Yeah, I mean, what happens if those funds, if they don't get transferred,
They
right?
just stay
They just stay there.
They do,
Yeah.
okay, they don't go to free cash,
No,
got it.
okay. So Article 2 is done, now we
right,
move on.
Kevin? I mean, those would just stay there. They wouldn't go to free cash.
Transfer them in and then we underspend the account. It depends how much of an offset each of those accounts. If it's 100% covering the cost of something, for some reason it comes in less, it could fall to free cash.
No,
However, if we're using cemetery funds, we'd
yeah,
have to then transfer in a warrant article in the future year,
yeah.
potentially, because it's not coming out of general fund.
Yeah.
Okay,
We use all of it, like, we'll spend significantly more for conservation, and we have a
At this
contract for
point,
the.
Yeah, motion B is now different, right? Because it's a two-part one.
Yeah.
Or maybe,
yeah, it's K is high, all it was,
oh,
the only thing that changed in motion B was the K, right?
And
No, that was under mask, are you under mask or the?
No, B.
This
Oh, never mind.
RB, in the italicized section, nothing, the only thing was the motion that changed.
the motion
Yeah,
change.
well, I
But
gotta-
that's probably two versions ago.
And the motion changed one version ago. And the version before that was, I think, the same as what we ended up doing.
Okay, because I think what I have now that I remember, it was actually two versions ago.
What do you, I mean, if you,
I'm
I
gonna,
didn't update it, 'cause I was
hang on,
waiting for the-
I'm just gonna pull it up,
I was waiting for the final language.
I'm gonna pull it up and.
I can send you to a copy of.
I think it's the same. Well, I mean, oh, this is shoot,
PDF's not going to let you.
let me just do it this way. Recommended town vote to raise, assess and appropriate. Yeah, dun.
Should I double click it?
If you dare.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, recommended town vote to raise and assess and appropriate an additional sum of, to fund additional portion of the FY,
To fully, it's slightly different.
okay. To, in addition, to fully fund the additional portion of the fiscal year 2027 general operating budget as set forth. Labeled Article 3, motion and attachment. Provided, however, that such appropriation shall be expressly contingent upon approval of the board.
Yeah, the rest is the same.
Okay. There we go.
Article 3, then the quotes. Spelling.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Okay. All right. I'm gonna start with A.
Yeah, so this is mine, two parts. I looked back at the summary from last year, look at the language. I didn't, motion A was the base budget, was a 7-0 vote. So the reasoning, I mean, is pretty basic. Funds the town within
Yeah.
the levy limit and our guidelines. I didn't know if we provide those for you here.
It depends, does anyone have anything they want to
For the
say
base
on
budget?
Article A? On motion A,
Um,
or opposed, right? Someone would be
I
opposed.
didn't
yeah,
remember hearing it.
Okay,
Articles against it.
yeah.
and then motion B,
Motion B was, I guess we just revoted this, right? It's now 4-2. Not sure.
yeah.
Yeah. For the reasoning on this one. I highlighted the health
Yeah.
insurance and pensions as reason to be in favor. And then opposed, I highlighted, which I think was Mike's argument that
Yeah.
to not fund new positions at this time, and I highlighted the fire department and planning.
Is that concerns with what's in there? You want wording differently? I know you guys had,
So we put in a really longer one, and I don't,
it's up to you.
well, no, well.
Yeah, I sent it to you.
So
Yeah, I know.
I go mixed
You-
on that, right? One, I sort of don't wanna create an issue after the FinCom.
Yeah.
On the other one, it's a deeper discussion, but I don't know if we should have it on the town floor. So that was,
This is not the town floor.
no, I know that, but
This is our-
but if I stick it out there, that's all. Then, yeah, or maybe no one reads it at all anyway, but,
But the point is that you're educating the public
Yeah.
about what your concerns were.
yeah,
Mhm.
I
Sure,
think it
so-
needs to be in this.
yeah. Well, so then I would say, so my thoughts on the fire department are, till we really know what the long-term plan is for that department, we just keep incrementally going boom, 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 boom. And what's the end game there? That's sort of how I feel with that, because I did go back and look at the 2023 town meeting and the 2020, for FY 23-24. And both those times we had presentations that said, okay, we're all set now. Okay, we're all set now. And so here we are again. One more, we're all set. I'd sort of like to know what the long-term strategy is, and then I go back to the fire report for, the 24/7 report, which really said they want to go to 12 full-time firefighters.
Okay, so what do you want to put in?
I'm not sure how much fire I would, well.
So we have that, we
Yeah.
have this.
Yeah, so,
This is what Mike and I
Yeah,
I don't know
we
about
put
looking at it.
together.
so what, do you want me to put this in there? I can support that.
I do. Go for it, Mike. This is-
If you want
I don't think people
I
agree
feel-
with that.
to, I don't like, even if I disagree with the town meeting, the FinCom decision, I don't like going before town meeting and
Yeah, this is not,
undercutting it.
this is not on town meeting floor.
I understand, but,
This reflects
yeah,
the reasons we voted against it, right?
yes, it does.
So David wants it.
Yeah, right. That's a,
That's the idea.
totally, I mean, I
Okay,
totally agree that we discuss it and go for it, but I'm just, well, I've always been sort of proud that I stick by the FinCom reservation.
We do that on
Recommendation. I know,
town meeting
I know.
floor, we absolutely do.
Yeah, okay.
anyone have concerns with anyone on FinCom have concerns with putting this in?
There'd be a counterpoint to the point though, like in the positive 4 or 5 would count. I mean, this
So
goes.
before that, does anyone in FinCom, I will get to you, I promise,
Yeah.
but I wanna, does anyone have concerns with this?
I just have to read it.
Yeah, I mean, I've mentioned my concerns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
It's actually saying the same, it's just adding one.
it's adding just more detail.
Yeah.
It's just saying.
Right.
Well, I do think, and I know where he's gonna go with this, but I do think that there are a couple things in here that are accurate, but are ones they don't give the complete. If the other side says we're gonna do this,
Yeah.
and saying this will cost over 150 the first year. Less, but there's expected to be revenue of this much, which drops that, right? So I'm not disagreeing at all with what
Yeah.
you're saying,
Yeah.
how do we balance that?
I think the point that you're making at this point, the fire department should get an agreement on the long-term plans before asking for extra personnel is enough. I think the other stuff gets into a lot of detail. Some people are gonna say, well, we're cutting other we're cutting other costs to keep it with a little lower ask, and also getting into the details of how much revenue is gonna offset it. I think, but I agree with you that your concern is we're incrementally doing this and we should get a long-term consideration. So,
What if, I'm not trying to drive it, I'm just trying to.
right.
I'm trying to drive it, I'm not trying to
Right.
steer it, okay? I'm the engine, I'm not the steering wheel. How's that?
Yeah.
What if we pulled out the dollar amount there
That's not accurate.
and then in here, are you okay with, what are your thoughts on that? Because I think if we put the dollar amount there, we have to on the other side speak.
I can't see lines, yeah.
So it says the expanded budget includes addition 1.5 new employees this year, a full-time firefighter and a part-time planner.
So,
The 6.15 includes health insurance.
yeah, I like leaving numbers out of things because you can quickly wave your hands
Yeah.
one way or another. That's, but it's a bias,
Yeah,
So
I'd add in that it includes health insurance.
which was not part of our guideline, so I don't think you have to back that out to be consistent with this application.
So anyway, we're going, before we get to any of that, are you guys okay with pulling this piece off right now? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We'll come back up to that. Anything here, you guys have spoken to from FinCom members, any thoughts or concerns on the rest of this?
No, I got no other concerns.
The rest of them won't be as long as this one, I'm sure, but this is the important one, so it's good to spend the time to get it right.
I think saying the finance committee members opposed to this override respectfully do not believe these personnel relations are essential and should not take priority of the funding of. I'm a little concerned with this town versus school versus,
Math's got nothing to do with our budget.
and, but I want the fact that you opposing these new personnel, I think that should be highlighted. I think that's part of why you object to it. So,
Well, I think you
that's not
object-
why I object to it.
You object to
I
it.
object because
There's not a long-term plan
Yeah.
for the related to the
yeah,
hire. There's not clarity on what the plan
right,
is, which you do say in number one.
right,
yeah. Yeah. I would say this is true, but it might just serve to agitate parents as opposed to.
David?
I'm just listening to other people's input.
Yeah.
You know, it's good, it's valuable.
Yeah.
You know, I helped write it with Mike, so.
Yeah, I know.
Right, I know.
I know.
Well, you did like, yeah, I mean, you're totally right. When I said, oh, yeah, put it forward, it makes sense. And so David's watching me waffle a little bit here.
That's okay.
Big facts, that's all about.
Yeah.
This was final Rev 7, by the way.
Yeah, I guess so.
Spell check didn't work.
So this whole section, the schools,
I think I agree with you, Heidi. Because we didn't really have that conversation, right? Like, we're gonna add a firefighter trading off something in the schools for that. Like, that wasn't even part of the discussion.
We didn't have that, that's my,
Yeah,
we didn't have that discussion
That
or
would-
deliberation
but,
on
yeah,
either position.
right, that's,
So we're reducing our call.
so we're having discussion now.
Right.
We're reducing our call staff by 11 people to
Well-
accommodate. I mean,
Yeah,
we were
but-
talking about cuts in Masco. I mean,
That's-
it's not even relevant to the budget. I think referencing adjustments in the call.
Sorry, I'm gonna wait my turn.
Yeah.
I do.
Well,
need
it's
to
not,
get downstairs.
yeah, it's not that in this particular case. So yeah, you're reducing 11, but the net is an increase in cost. Their 10 is, or net is a decrease in cost. Because you're adding the 11 to the 1.
If you're looking at just net cost, but I think the whole effort of reducing in an area, whether it has a net positive when you add back the position or not, you are reducing an ultimate FTE count by doing that.
Is number 2 controversial?
Which one?
Yes.
So it's
I mean, I know
true.
the whole topic has been controversial.
The select board has requested it.
Mhm.
So I think if you have this here, that's fine, but you have to say the select board
Yeah,
has, or something like that, has requested this position as a planning. It's not a, so the planning board in the ZBA,
They requested a grade
Yes,
7 and 19 hours though, and that's what we gave them.
Right,
To be
that's-
fair,
this position is for 19-hour
that's
level.
what they asked for.
It's just,
Those positions gonna take care of.
When Mark Morse
ZBA.
and Bob Moriarty requested the select board did exactly what they asked for. Hard stop, and then repeated afterwards in separate conversations to me that that's what they wanted, a grade 7, 19 hours. Technical expertise, administrative help, that's what we gave them. I can't speak beyond that because I can't get into other people's minds. But I know that we delivered exactly what they asked for.
yeah, I think calling it because it's a planner versus a level 7, 19.
I think.
I said, are you in favor of the planner? She said, grade 7, 19 hours, which is a department head level
So
planner.
this is the replacement for this is the replacement for labor needed.
No replacement.
Part of what she did is this, we maintain the admin to make sure, because right now, we're actually in a really tough spot because
Yeah.
they have no redundancy in the department and we're getting some pretty emphatically passionate people looking to find out if they're on an agenda and we're not,
Yeah.
people who are supposed to be responding aren't. But, this is maintaining what was in there, which originally came in at a higher request for that position. Eliminating that back down to strictly the administrative component of it. And then meeting the need that they asked for the technical support with the grade 7, 19 hours. That's why I think words, the stage of the game, it's just, there's a lot behind every single one of these topics. The more you go down, the more conversations and more detail needs to accompany it. That's part of the.
so. What do you guys, I'm looking at you two, what you wanna,
Yeah,
because ultimately this is our notes on what
Right.
we're thinking.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
I would like to remove the piece about taking from A versus B, because that's the reality no matter what. Or you could say that, well, we're doing this instead of giving a policeman or a school
Yeah,
or
no,
anything,
yeah, that-
right? Or reducing taxes for someone,
The
so,
challenge was, our guidelines with no new net additions.
Yeah.
And now we got 1.5.
Mhm.
And I think, I totally agree with Mike. The biggest issue to me is the fire department long-term.
Yeah.
There is no plan. And the select board has voiced, some of them, the same thing.
Yeah.
What is the plan? Where are we going?
okay. So that's there, we have that. The planner position, what would you like in there? Something about like this, or something lighter, or something direct, or the planner position,
Good luck.
But,
But
oh,
that, I haven't been able to figure it out yet.
Yeah, we still don't have a job description.
We do.
Are we doing it? Agreed to?
We have edits that have been received back
yeah,
from the
I mean, they did request this position but we did not eliminate the administrative position. So,
Yeah, I can't.
So it's
I
okay.
can't follow it up.
so essentially though, we are hiring 2 people to help cover the job of the one person, plus do some other
I
work.
don't think so.
so I think the planner position has 2 parts to it, right? Of those 19 hours,
Right,
the majority of them are meant to be a strategic planning
right,
position, not an administrative
Right.
enablement position.
Mhm.
The administrative enablement continues to be there,
All right,
but I expect that the planning position, I'm just saying that my understanding,
yeah,
it will not be as much directed by or overseen by these boards. Whereas the administrative position is directly serving
right.
as, whether they're accountable to them from an HR perspective, they are directly serving these boards.
So again, we are making a strategic change in the direction of Topfield's planning with this additional. Because before those were definitely they were kings of the domain.
So I'll just
So
say,
now we're putting a third.
I'll give you an example today.
So that's a strategic change.
So Lynn Bermudez was punching up out of her weight class. She was a grade 5, doing grade 6, grade 7 work, no doubt about it, because no one else was there to do it. With her not being here today, my Ray Chesley, our building inspector, got a call, an email from the lawyer for the development of Ruby and Pearl, saying we want to release the bond. Can you sign off on the project as a whole? And he came up and said, Kat, this is a planner's job. There's no way I'm authorized or appropriate for me to do this. He said, what do you want me to do? I said, and in her email from the lawyer, she said, I know this is typically a planner's function. However, short of the town having one, I'm asking if you'll do it. He's not authorized or appropriate to do it. So I said, contact the town administrator. I said, right back, thank you for your email, contact me. And I'm gonna have to tell you, you're gonna have to wait till we get a planner, because no one on the organization is gonna go beyond their job description, put themselves in legal liability by doing so, to sign off on something that's not in their job description to do.
Who would have done it before?
I have no idea.
I did it 4 years ago.
I don't even want to ask. Don't want to ask, because my guess is it was probably a former building inspector, possibly, who might have signed off on it. But when you sign that, if something comes up of it, it's outside their job description, the town and that person's put in very difficult
It
position.
seems to me what's really missing is flow charts of how things flow through the town. You know, who's the contact person? We did it ad hoc in the
Okay,
past.
I agree, no, I'm sorry, I totally agree, and I wanna have this conversation, but I don't wanna be here till 10 o'clock at night to do this. I
I
wanted,
have to go downstairs, and there was a couple of things I was hoping to just maybe make a comment on if I could.
go ahead.
Thank you. So, thank you for putting time into it and having the position. I think that, this right here, not requesting an override on their general operational. You have to remind everybody that the override is being driven off 2 main drivers. It's pension, health insurance. Whether it's in their budget or in our budget, we're paying for the teachers and we're paying for town employees. So to have a hard and fast, schools are not asking for a penny more, their personnel or anything, it's just not an accurate statement. It might be represented in 2 separate budgets, and we're very sensitive to say, you guys did a great job balancing this year. We don't want to draw any attention, make it. If it does not pass, I cannot sit here and promise you that the elementary school's budget won't be touched and reduced to offset those costs, because there are people costs over there and over there, they're attributing to this override. So I just make that point because I think if you read the language, it might be a little misleading that there's no cost associated with the schools. That is the biggest part of our override, but we're owning it because we want to be good partners in that sense.
Yeah,
But that's in their budget.
It is part of the town's budget.
Right.
Pensions is part of the town's budget, where the town is paying for all employees, including school employees.
well, school non-teacher, and that's an important,
How's this? I'm
Because-
sorry, I interrupted.
yeah, I just wanted to say non-teacher, so. What we did find is that the schools were a smaller portion of the retirement. A significantly smaller, because it was some of the administrative jobs that weren't
25%.
MTA. And which is not, a lot of them are MTA anyway, even though they're administration. And some of the lower paying jobs.
So why have we taken on the schools? Why is that part of Article 3, the way it's set up?
I think because there's no mechanism, at the end of the day, pensions is a town responsibility if you're not MTA. So if you're a teacher, part of their contract and everything is the teachers union and MTA manages your retirement. If you're not, the only mechanism available for retirement is the town's retirement. You know, they're the only one that have a relationship with the retirement board and with the retirement management.
But even the MTA, is that part of, that's not in our,
Mass Teacher Association handles that.
Totally separate.
Correct.
It's not on our budget lines anywhere.
Okay.
Or in our liability.
So their budget doesn't have a line, this pension for the non-majors.
Then they don't have a mechanism anywhere
Got it.
to go to somebody. They don't have a relationship with the pension board anywhere.
So, and health insurance, pensions is a much smaller number than the, health insurance. Health insurance, it's the other way around.
Right.
Schools are the majority of the costs associated with that. Yes, in our budget, yes, in school budget, but the actual cost to run the schools, that increase that we're covering in our budget is part of school cost at the end of the day, whether it's in our budget or not. If those schools were non-existent or they weren't, if that was not in our budget, our cost would be not as significant of a need. I just think that to be fair, right, like the schools did a great job, but they were able to get there because they didn't have those drivers like every other town in Massachusetts and city in Massachusetts that's facing with it, just these huge increases in pension and health insurance. The other thing as I was reading this, the other thing was,
Amanda, you said that number increase,
Includes health insurance.
which
just
was
to-
not in our guideline,
Yeah.
the override, but either way, you can leave it in there,
Yeah.
because it is health insurance. and-
Although to your point, included, what you're saying is it should, if you have it in there, including health insurance and,
In the language.
and pension increases.
Mhm.
And I swear, I just want to make sure it's accurate. I mean, you're
Mm-hmm.
absolutely entitled to having a counter opinion on it for sure, but I just want to make sure we're.
Yeah,
Well, the problem is, constant challenge, trying to make things clear
Clear
and
and-
understandable. There's so
yeah.
many ways to look at it. It's like,
It's,
oh my God.
it's a biology, it's a,
That's why I like Michael's. I was like, that makes that
I still
clear
like
and
mine
concise. Cause I probably wouldn't read this as a, like, I would read yours and I'd be like,
What's driving
okay.
it? Why do people not for it?
You
right,
know.
so, okay.
That-
that
that
was
is my
sort of,
one
kind of
percent.
leading into the whole thing.
Yeah.
In that area, but that's, but I do, there is a strategic element in both of these that hasn't been put forward and discussed. It's
So-
so incremental. And by the way, and for number two, I would say the planning board, zoning board have functioned for years without this resources. I would have that.
Poorly.
I didn't say poorly. That's what I was.
I'll say it.
Actually,
I know I'm
for
recording.
years ago, but I would, so I wouldn't put quotes, I would soften it that way.
My team says, I told you an example today, and that's on a weekly basis. There's a big gap that Topsfield has relative to every other community and operationally, regardless of what other communities are doing.
Yeah.
We've been trying to patchwork it the best we can. We just have a huge liability hanging out there that we gotta adjust.
For whatever reason, we just didn't have a lot of time to deliberate on these two positions.
So do you think the three of you are on the same page on this?
Oh, we're lockstep.
Yeah.
three being planning, zoning.
Planning, zoning and.
Yeah.
I would say that
That's-
we've done our best to try to align
Yeah.
and meet their needs in the budget.
So,
We've given them an opportunity to review the job descriptions, which they have, which is great. That's good collaboration as far as I'm concerned. We'll continue to collaborate.
okay. All right, you got one more point to make and then,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna start typing.
Yeah, I would.
Do I want,
One other thing I would say is that, here, to be fair, and I heard your counterpoint to my point, and I'm not trying to
Yeah.
sugarcoat the fact, but we talk about finding efficiencies in the organization. I know you're not in favor of because the long-term planning associated with the position for fire. I hear it. I know in the immediate though, what we're doing is maximizing our dollars and have exponential delivery of services by adding this full-time position, allowing us from a liability standpoint. We have way too many times we had on Saturday, one person in the station. It happens way too often. And the reason for that is only 5% of our shifts are picked up by call. And so one of the things we were talking about is reimagining what that looks like to ensure that the most effective delivery of every dollar we have. There is a cost, but the cost to have that person on, I think maximizes some of those other dollars that go against it. So, you know, we talk about head counts up and down. I think truly to explain what we did here was, and it's very easy for us to have said, we're just gonna add a person, but we said, there's some inefficiency over here and we need to address that. And I think there's not looking for a victory lap, but if we're gonna get into detail, I would just ask that that be considered if something is saying there are some offsetting reorganizational costs that could offset some of the full-time costs associated with the position.
So I'm gonna put you on the spot then, feel free to push back.
I gotta go, that's
Are
it.
you willing to commit with the select board that this is the last full-time fire department hire?
I cannot do that, and I would not do that, and I've never said that. I think
Okay.
that,
Yeah, well, but I think it tells to the point of is that we don't have,
Yeah,
when what he's out, not opposed to, I don't think anyone's opposed to the position itself. It's the,
I get it.
all right, this seems to be, I mean, I'll even say it. It seems to be that this is the slow play of the 24/7 that got shot down, 8 years ago. And instead it's a slow, rather than coming back, and the town said no. And then it's been a slow growth. This makes sense on an individual basis, but the comment becomes, okay, we're now only 2 people away from the 24/7 study that the town had said no to. And so that's the advocate. I would even say that that would be a more effective way to do it, is go, all right, here's our plan going forward.
Yeah, and I think
Right.
the only way we could get to where we are now is proving the revenue, proving the service. And I think that's why it was a slow play. I think I wasn't here for that.
Yeah,
20%,
I know.
But I don't believe there was any indication about the ambulance becoming a primary and generating $500,000 a year. Maybe I'm wrong.
well, so it was quickly followed by hiring 4 firefighters, so I think it's a push at best.
I think we're tapped out on revenue.
Yeah,
I
the
think that-
revenue
so
offsets
separate.
those 4.
Yeah.
We basically
Yeah.
added those 4 when we recognized the revenue for.
Yeah, and that was spoken of during that time frame. It was spoken of as this was gonna be revenue neutral, because these 4 would allow us to do that.
Push.
So it was acknowledged, to your point, it was brought up as
Right.
part of the 24/7.
Yeah.
And then after that,
Right.
in the secondary attempt,
But this is the first one, we get another one, we are not covering the revenue for it.
Yeah.
No.
We are flatlining.
I'll say this on the record.
Yeah,
I do not anticipate never with features. If there's a time when the town and the fire department come back and ask for another firefighter in the future, if they do, can't speak to it right now, that highly unlikely the revenue will offset those costs like we've done in the past. And we don't have much more room to cut within the operational budget after this position here. And so that would be sort of a zero-sum conversation. You want to put 120,000 into the position and add another person or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Likely. I don't want to, you don't never know in the future what could change, but that's
I'm not
probably.
ready to say anything on, because we're being recorded.
well, I mean, shouldn't be afraid to say
There's
it.
a lot of other options though, and we discussed some of them in the executive session. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay, so we have in here, we've added in including health insurance and pension increases.
Thank you all for the opportunity to
Thank you.
share. I don't know that.
Thanks, Jeff. The funny thing on this will be to see how many people end up reading it. But, and so,
We're trying to give people as much information as possible
Yeah.
without confusing them. And
Right.
I think that it's valid to say we should be considering these.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'd like to say is, the
Positions.
town won't collapse if we don't get a position funded, that's kind of what.
But we will collapse without the rest of it.
But
the fire, so I just added something here. At this
then
point,
it should be broken up, Amanda, right?
at this point, the fire
Right.
department should define and get agreement on the long-term plans for Topsfield Fire Department before asking for extra personnel. I added should define to what you were saying, because it's not just get agreement, they've got to define it.
Like saying further, neither one of these positions is essential. That's FinCom opinion.
No, this is the dissenting vote.
This is just our opinion.
Yeah, the FinCom opinion will say it's essential.
It's.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's definitive, right? It's your opinion, but it's like,
I can fix that.
you can
We
either say
believe-
in our opinion, in dissenting opinion, they're not essential, but other people are saying that it is, right?
Yeah.
Other people are saying that
opinion.
it's using the best,
Yeah.
the
Is that
best
what-
way to
That's
use.
fair.
Which is that when we get to
Disposition,
my
yeah.
favorite discussion, which is outcomes.
Sure,
Yeah.
These positions are non-essential.
No, I like non-essential.
Did we put, is essential, non-essential in there?
Those positions are not.
Or not
Yeah,
essential.
if you look at the total net revenue of the ambulance service, My guess is around 500,000. I think the projection was 550 gross, and then there's 30,000 for billing services, which we really have to have. And there's 20,000 for supplies, miscellaneous and everything else, so. And that's probably being generous, so
So understood.
that's enough.
I understood. We're not gonna litigate any more of that. We're
No,
trying to word this.
Yeah.
Right now. So here's what you know, at the end of this, I'm gonna go back and ask you guys, and this is what Michael wrote, so what do you wanna do? But,
Put his initials in.
yeah,
Yeah.
What is the phone number?
so
Address, children's schools.
Article 3B contingency appropriation is a town override for 317,000, resulting in a total town budget, everything but schools increase of, town budget increase of 925,480.
That's
6 point-
confusing to me, just adding all that stuff. Where does, how does that, when I'm looking at everything, how does that? Why are we putting that there?
So the taxpayers know what they're voting for.
What are they voting for with that? The 925, I'm playing a little devil's advocate here. but-
Yeah,
Ooh,
Resulting in a total town budget increase.
because that is a total increase with their, normal increase, guideline increase plus the override. $1 million, roughly.
But Schedule A is showing that increase, right? And it's just, all these numbers start getting confusing.
so, I mean,
But I'm not gonna argue,
Yeah,
okay.
if you feel that that's a reasonable way to explain your dissent, that's okay, Just another number.
Further dissenting opinion is that these positions are not essential.
Mhm.
The fire department has 8 full-time firefighters. This allows for 2 people to be in the station 24/7. At this point, the fire department we're fine with that. Planning position is a new position, which is meant to support some planning board and zoning board of appeals efforts, but also to support the town's strategic planning needs. That's what I
okay,
said.
Mhm.
Does that sound okay? I don't want to put words in your mouth. I'm just trying to simplify it.
that's good, no, I'd like to, is it, we softening it further?
Yeah.
Well, I did,
Not efforts,
I
but,
know.
just the administration. It is meant
Support
to
some
support the administration.
Administration.
we could.
As opposed to the
I
strategic.
just think you've got a 2-headed monster, now it's a 3-headed monster, and they're not.
Meaning because you
You got a planner now coming in, but. I'm on.
what was the 2 heads?
So you got the DPA, the planning
Planning
board.
board. Now you're gonna have planning board zoning and, okay.
Yeah, and that's, I've just,
And that's gonna morph to a.
it's nothing that
full-time
affects me,
position in a
it
year,
doesn't
too.
affect me at all,
So-
yet, but I know about,
That's what we're really voting
on my
for.
tennis court.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, right now you're voting and there'll be a vote another year from now
Right,
that you have the
but
opportunity.
it was made clear, that was
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what was wanted, so it's 120,000.
So we've taken out the other, I mean, do you wanna?
Yeah, I think getting rid of the mascot,
So while I'm agreeing with you, there's something I've just been thinking about, which is at the end of the day, when the Supreme Court goes, whoever writes a dissenting opinion gets to write their dissenting
Yeah.
opinion.
I would just
So-
do the same thing.
So I want, so I want us to not overwhelm the direction. I want to make sure we have the spirit and theme of what's in there for you guys.
yeah.
So I don't want to overdo this too much.
Agree.
And I feel like
Okay.
we've beaten you down some, so.
So I, the 2 important parts of the ones that are the no new programs. I see rationale in not turning it into the Hunger Games, because people will figure that out themselves.
I'm not sure they will, Mike, but I don't know.
Okay,
So Mike, so say you want to keep it.
I'll keep it.
okay.
Okay, yeah, that's okay. Mhm.
Sorry, this is. You want this in here? Okay, the override.
But,
Snow and ice.
Snow and ice. Well, I'm fixing it.
well, yeah, so we've had snow and ice deficits now for the past 3 years. That have,
3 or 2.
well, this year, the year before, and I think the year before that, we did an overlay transfer on that.
I think just last year.
Just last year?
Yeah, I think that year before that, we were like using it to
Okay,
fund other things.
oh, okay, all right, so that's what I don't.
My concern is just the principle of using, one-time funds for ongoing. And as long as we all understand that and everybody's in agreement, it's fine. This is gonna permanently increase the levy limit.
Right.
Yeah,
And if that's what everybody understands and wants, fine. To me, this should have been funded by free cash. We get little snow and ice here, little snow and ice over here,
So I would agree. What I will say is twofold. How I wrapped my head around this was I said, when they put the budget out next year, if I don't see a $40,000 increase in snow and ice, I'm gonna have a problem with that.
yeah,
You know what I mean? If they took this money and actually put it towards snow and ice,
That's a different story.
that's a difference in the
Yeah,
future.
that's
That's
a
a
different
very
story,
different
but-
story.
Wait till Amanda comes back. I don't know, we did increase snow and ice, but only a little.
Right.
Yeah.
This year, but yeah,
so, hey, look, I'm not,
And I'm not sure it should go up 57.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but the snow and ice deficit was like $150,000 this
right.
year.
Huge this year.
Right,
right,
and so to a certain extent, we are covering a big chunk of that with free cash.
yeah.
But should that budget go up by a certain amount,
No,
just given the price of diesel fuel and all that stuff?
yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I think the reality is if this had got, if that had gotten pushed from the select board,
yeah,
they'd take this whole thing about the 57,000 out and they'd say that they'd associate that 57,000 more to the pensions and health insurance, because at the end of the day,
yeah,
the health insurance increase was greater than the 317,000. So there's a bit of this that is just, you're pointing at a few things on a wall. There's a whole wall full of overages and you're pointing at a few and saying, these are why.
In the case of snow and ice, we obviously have to pay it.
Yeah,
There's a lot of ways to pay it. Whereas everything else in the override is
So
an option.
what do you want? What do you want in here?
I don't know. I figured it would start a discussion.
Well, I don't want a discussion. I want a set of words and we're gonna move on, because we've spent 30 minutes on this one.
I think you should leave it. This is
Okay.
your thoughts about increasing levy capacity. I have a lot of issues with snow and ice and how we have to wind up cutting other things in order to support something that people have to pay for anyway. I think there should be a one-time levy, but we don't have that. So I'm okay with you saying that. But I think it's reasonable to say that we're gonna need levy capacity next year.
Okay, and the note, the elementary budget is not contingent on passage of Article 3, motion 3B, or do you want to leave that there?
I do.
Okay, is this what you guys want in there? It's good enough.
I'm good with it.
Okay.
right.
It was a good discussion though.
Yeah.
I should have put more throwaways in there.
Well, it's the first time we've sort of been able to.
It is the first one, actually, yeah. I guess that's one of the issues, Mike.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, I hear you guys about the discussion. I strongly believe that the new position should have been something that the town has the opportunity to stand alone vote on.
Yes, correct.
And that's ultimately what the issue
And that's
is.
part of my concern
Yeah.
with snow and ice buried in, it's.
So that's my issue before, but we are 50% better than what we were doing in the past. So I mean, I want to recognize that,
Mhm. We're continuing.
yeah, that we've at least got a town override now where this town's spending.
Okay, all right, so from that end, I am saving this one. We are done with this one. Save, and then.
All right, everything should be quick.
Only 50 to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
PDF, save. All right.
Okay.
4.
Where?
Yeah, and close that,
Yes.
save. No, this is water.
Water.
Give me a second, let me just, I gotta get to it.
Should close it because I want more overhead for the water department budget.
Like allocated.
Yeah, I'd like more overhead. Just, this is the first year the allocation ever dropped.
So we are actually working on
Yeah.
we need a liaison for our policies, and we are working on that, and we are we're
Yeah,
thinking about
thank you for
rethinking
reminding
the
me. Because
allocation.
you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, it
We
went
had to
down.
drop when there was.
But-
Okay.
Yeah.
Water, right now, this is David, yours?
Yeah.
Water Department, you've got, it was a 7-0 positive, carefully vetted budget needs with an increase of less than 1%. Any opposed? Anybody want anything in imposed?
Can you put anything else in there? That's all I could come up with, so.
That's fine, but
I thought this was, putting it in perspective, the budget is almost flat, blah, blah, blah.
anybody have any concerns? Okay, so I'm saving this
I
one.
did have one question though. At the top, Jay, I'm not sure I calculated it right. Right up. Right here, these percentages, the overall budget is. Financial. There's an other in there. And I'm not sure what I did with other. And that's the town allocation of benefits and things like that.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
the
think that's
indirects.
more the unanticipated and the reserve. I would probably call it a reserve. I think unanticipated in our recap, we put with the operating costs, and the other one we call it as a reserve
Right.
specifically.
These percentages are directionally correct.
The 0.8, I remember that. That sounds right. Overall budget.
Yeah, what I really wanted to emphasize is 67% of their cost is debt service, is capital. It's a very intensive capital. So people understand that.
Okay,
Really, it's real tough for Greg to run that.
I mean, your main other expenses, your pump and your filter stuff, right?
That's right.
electricity.
Yeah.
After the schools, the number.
Masconock Regional District Operating Assessment. 2 of the 3 towns in the MRSD must appropriate the full amount for the approval. The Masconock cut 3% from the general operating to keep the 27 budget under the tri-town coordinated guideline of 2.5%. Increases over. Topsfield anticipated an override to fund the portion of our assessment in excess of 2.25% increase over our FY 2026 assessment. It is expected that Middleton and Boxford will not require an override to approve the full assessment, which will obligate us. Okay, all of this speaks to more or less we're in favor because
We don't have a choice.
we don't have a choice.
So we don't.
It doesn't say that.
That's right.
Well,
It says, more or less what I took out of this reading it is, we made it because we don't have a choice. The other 2 towns are gonna vote it.
Yeah.
Right? I think there's 2 pieces personally missing. One is they did cut. And 2 is our enrollment still is a significant noticeable part, the enrollment swing is still a noticeable part of our increase in assessment.
Right.
I think adding those 2 in, because we have the enrollment, we're offloading 2 more years of low enrollment.
Yeah.
With 2 years of higher enrollment each year, this year, or another year.
right.
So you're suggesting we add the fact that they, in good faith, reduced by 10 positions.
Yeah, I mean, they came in below guideline on their operating
Yeah,
budget.
they came in below.
Right, they came in 2.39%.
Yeah.
I'm not,
That should be.
yeah.
Recognize.
I would say that instead of the Masco Administration School Committee cut 3% from their general operating expenses,
Yeah.
I'd say that they came in instead of, because that's cutting off of their initial ask.
Yeah.
Right? Is that what you meant by that? Or,
Yeah.
yeah, they came in at 7 point whatever, or 6 point.
Yeah, and it's a whole big thing because of the capital.
Yeah,
So they reduced it to 1.6%. They came in under budget,
Yeah.
under guideline.
then they went, screwed that by asking for that capital, which is part of their operating, we have to treat it as part of their operating.
Right.
So,
So let me just go.
We make that a little bigger. Everybody over here's got glasses except me.
But I do think it makes sense to tell the town, if we don't do it, it's gonna be paid.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have a choice. We have,
Right.
yeah. I like the way it's worded here. This one, it starts with it, it ends with it. I like this one. It's a little,
So the reason, that 3% is the level service. So they've made a cut to level service.
if you assume, well,
Wow.
yeah, I mean, I,
Yeah, right,
Right.
from their initial ask
Yeah.
or their initial budget.
They considered level service.
Yeah,
we could take level service out of there and just not invite the discussion.
that's what, yeah. But I think it's more important than where they started from. To say, because they could have started at 15%. They did last year. They started at 15%. They took over 3% out last year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right? From their initial ask.
Yeah.
I think the important thing is that they came in with a budget that we feel is that they made cuts to their cuts, significant cuts to their budget to align with the guidelines.
Well, they came in under.
Yeah, well, they cut teachers, which they don't normally like to do.
Yeah.
That was,
I mean, did they come in under guideline?
well.
Well, there you go. It's like, we said 2.25%.
They said 2.5 and they came in at 2.
2.25.
Right.
And they came in after making their cuts.
And then they added 500,000 to it.
Yeah, I know what that one.
Yeah, they've got to add that capital into it. We
Oh, I
cannot.
know.
So we can't say they came in under guideline.
Right.
Because we're allowing, if we did that, we'd be allowing somebody to, any group to avoid our guidelines by reclassing.
Right.
Why don't we just say the
Absolutely.
percent increase?
Yeah, I think that's
We
the,
don't have to reference a guideline or anything else, just say.
And that was new with this CFO. That used to be just the deadline,
yeah. Well, it's new 2 years ago because we went, yeah. And so how do we want to change this?
Sorry.
Just looking at.
Total
what they're gonna be
increase of what was
presenting
it?
to the town.
2.61, 2.6 or 2.61, or what was their total increase inclusive of the 5?
Are you talking about our portion?
No,
or
what was the total, what was their total increase? What percentage was it? 2.31 plus the extra money.
Oh,
So in the omnibus,
no, in their presentation.
I have
Yes, so that's our-
3.54%.
That's but that's just our portion, I think.
Yeah.
Not the.
Not, the overall was less than that though. I think it was 3 point, like, not our portion,
Mhm.
but their total budget, I think was 3.1.
I'll get it if you want. There's a presentation. The March 11th meeting, right? And so the overall. Gotta make it so bigger. The old sucks.
0.6 was, this is March 9th, 2.6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's scenario 2, didn't they? Land up
Yeah.
like scenario 4.
So what's, actually bring that,
Yeah. So their overall budget went up.
This is, yeah, this
so don't forget, then there's also the
So
400, don't forget, there's also the $400,000 they pulled out of E&E.
Yeah.
That's why this is 2.6.
Yeah.
It's because they pulled the 400,000 out of E&D.
Yeah, so their total expenditures increase, this is before other funding sources. Their total expenditures increased 1%. Their operating 2.7, offsets increased 16.5, So 1.8 general operating after office, 1.8, and their capital went down.
Okay.
So overall, they're presenting it as a 1% increase. I mean, that's,
But we all know that's bullshit, so it's, and it's, but the number is, at the end of the day, actually,
so their operating assessment increased 2.4%.
so we said to them, we gave them guidelines based on their district, the total community contribution. Okay?
Yeah.
In scenario 2, that was at 2.6%.
Yeah.
The problem is, even with that, they were including their capital assessment, their ask last year of that free cash from us in that 2.6%. So, which isn't an actual fair number. All right. All right, I need some help here. We gotta just, we stop with it. The numbers aren't gonna do this for us because we're gonna continue to swirl. So,
Starting right there, Jay, I don't know that we need that part. Cut 3% from the general operating budget. If you scroll down to the next page.
that's it. Because I already took out, oh, shoot. Didn't mean to.
I looked at their operating budget
I could have just,
and they reduced it 3.2%. Yes, they added the capital.
Not safe.
Yeah.
yeah,
So I think what happened is, prior to this year, we were taking our capital as capital. We were taking it from a free cash, we were popping it in there. And this
for
year,
for those 2 years.
for those 2 years, so
Those
for
2
us,
years.
it really looks like a 3.3% operating increase.
Well, it is.
Yeah, right.
Well, so the problem is they were using that, now they're using those numbers from last year
Yeah.
to say, see, we reduced because we didn't ask for this extra
Right.
money.
Yep. So
So,
What I was gonna suggest, Jay, is we can delete,
yeah,
starting in the last sentence, to keep the guideline of 2.5% increase. I guess you already cut something out.
no, this is the original. This is completely, I just deleted it and I didn't
Oh,
say
the
that.
town coordinated guideline of 2.5%. That was not totally accurate, was it? Didn't Boxford give a different one?
No, no.
Everybody
came in at 2.5. We said, we recognize 2.5. We can't, we don't
Okay.
have it,
Got it.
but we'll recognize and
Fine.
support that.
Yeah, I think we gotta get rid of the numbers here.
Yeah.
I mean, the reason I'll vote in favor of this is that they made a huge effort, cut 10 FTEs, right?
Among other things.
Cut $1 million out of there.
Yeah.
They cut $1
We
million
gotta really highlight.
That's. I just think acknowledgement of that is all we need. I wouldn't get hung up on the numbers.
I mean, it's even different than
That's right. That's a good point.
they cut $1 million, the line item wise, they cut $1.3 million.
yeah.
They show it as $1.2 million. So, yeah, I mean, then instead of using numbers, just say they made structural cuts of 10 employees. That alone is, the structural cuts. Because you know what, they're gonna get up and give their presentation, and the numbers are gonna be different than what we put here. It's gonna be this. Where they're gonna show the 400,000 capital, and blah, blah, blah. So forget the percentages. They cut 10 people. Our assessment was 3.5% increase. Our guideline was 2.25, so we have an override of 140.
Here you go. How's this? Massachusetts Administration School Committee made structural cuts, including 10 employee, 10 reduction, including a reductions,
A reduction,
of 10 positions
We just say FTEs.
to keep their FY 27 budget to their tri-town coordinated guideline of 2.5 increase. Of a two, I don't even think we need over 26 district
No.
assessment.
yeah.
I think that is accurate, precise, and extraneous. Topsfield anticipating override to fund our portion, that portion of our assessment in excess of 2.25 due to continued enrollment swings. It is expected that Middleton and Boxer will not require an override to approve their full assessments, which will obligate Topsfield to fund its full assessment. We recommend fully funding Topsfield's assessment.
It's good.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Where's the override show? The next one?
No, it's in there.
It's not a separate vote.
It's not a separate
Oh, it's
vote.
not, okay.
No.
Oh, it isn't.
No.
If
To
you
keep
approve
their
Article
fiscal
5, you
year
approve the budget and the override.
27 budget within the coordinated guideline, because we're gonna say they came under.
Oh, they do, I will rip into them. I will stand up and rip into them. Because they didn't. And it's, we cannot, we can't,
40 in our budget.
you can't let them, we can't let a group hide, move money and classify it, misclassify it to do that. They did a great job, and I'll pass this along to Adrian to please not say that. Because then it will cause us to have to, that's just, it's become dangerous for us to manage budgets if,
Shelly, isn't there 140,000 in ballot question number 2? For Masco?
Yeah,
Plus the Essex?
yeah.
Yeah.
So there is.
no, it's in here. It's, ballot question 2, yeah.
Ballot question.
Ballot.
Oh,
question two.
ballot question.
Ballot, not warrant. Yeah,
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, see, that's in there. The additional appropriation is contingent
Yep.
on the passage.
Sorry about that.
that's okay. But I mean, to that point, we could say in here, inclusive, the override is inclusive of our two, actually, I like that, to your point, override to fund a portion of our assessment due to continued enrollment swings and maintenance improvement, maintenance request. The 117 is part of their override.
Right. Yeah.
And immediate maintenance needs?
I'd say overall just maintenance needs,
Sure.
right? They said to us, expect this going forward.
Right, I asked the question.
Yeah,
Remember that?
you did that. And so my expectation is that we're asking for the override because they notified us, we need this money, the 140 that they were asking us to do from free cash, which we said no.
Right.
But we're including it as part of the override because we expect that it'll be funding that increased maintenance line indefinitely. I mean, that's what we did.
Right.
I mean, that's what I advocated for with the select board and how to do this.
So now if I will change.
What's that?
I would be careful. That was one comment that was made by a departing superintendent.
Yeah.
They need to put it in their budget if they want maintenance and not as a separate thing.
I agree.
But again, one,
Yeah.
it was the right question to ask, but
Yeah.
Don't
assume.
It sort of started when they needed the money to do the field study, so then they could raise the money and how did that field study come out, dude?
So, okay, so we'll take this one. Is this okay the way it is though?
Yes.
Okay. All right, now maybe we start moving.
Well, those were the hard ones, and
Yeah.
that's good.
I think there'll be a couple more, but we'll get there. Article 6, Essex.
So 6, the only thing is the vote was 7-0-0, not 6-0-1.
All right.
Excuse me, thank you. Is there anything we want to say on the, opposed? Reasons to oppose it? This juncture?
You wanna screw with the town?
Yeah, but I mean, is there any, okay.
I don't know, I don't, I mean,
Can't oppose it, right?
right, I mean, I don't. I don't know.
I think we're gonna have to be a little bit more
Oh,
paying attention to the budget,
Yeah, right,
Next year.
it's gonna become right.
you know.
And their
foundation.
enrollments.
Yeah.
Yeah, I anticipate for them in the future models, maybe it come out projected schedule B onto.
I already made that change.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah, you know,
Just.
Grant authorizations for
Yeah.
town projects. This one was mine. We were 7-0. I did put opposed. Risk is that the select board could accept a grant, which the town would not want. It just, you know, that's what if anyone was opposed, but we're 7-0 not.
This is the next one?
Yeah, this is the,
Okay.
authorize the town to accept grants in the name of the
Yeah.
town meeting.
It's everything, okay. Joe.
I'm not sure I understand the con there, opposed.
So the accepting of grants is actually a right that the town meeting owns.
Okay.
We are in effect ceding responsibility to the select board
Okay, now,
for that year, for these type of things.
we've done it so often. it's-
Yeah.
Right, it's
Yeah.
perfect, but if you want to avoid that grants.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I don't-
We could actually take it away if we really get angry with the select board.
I'm so sure Nick, take it away.
Yeah, so,
if they fund a full position with a grant and then the next year they don't have it, right?
Yeah.
but,
But you're absolutely right. There are some grants that obligate you to future
yeah,
conditions or expenses or something. and you don't want
Yeah,
it.
or
matching funds or something, yeah.
this building got one years ago for, for historical that, for defense at the time, I don't think anyone realized what it meant. And afterwards, this addition had a significant increase in cost because we had to stay within the historical requirement of the building when it got added. Just an example. I don't know that anyone was educated enough to ask that question when they got the grant for, I don't know, the historical grant for tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And the $10 million addition that this is.
Outside of the
Building, right,
and they accepted it, historic preservation on the
inside, oh. So,
Old building probably.
granted, this is, the,
Unintended consequences, like.
Yeah, I mean, the old town hall was very quaint.
yeah, quaint. At least now you don't feel like you're gonna fall in. So this is similar thing, but this is the transportation contracts for Article 8. Without this effort, without this, the effort to approve contracts, accept state funds would require a special town meeting, increasing the expense and time to authorize road work. And then negative is select could enter into contract the town members would not support.
Fair enough.
Okay, Article 9. By town youth. By town council. You know what I'm gonna do? Um. 22,000 for free cash for this. Finance committee writes the value of this program feels we should continue to support it. Okay. Write a macro so I don't have to do this.
There was a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it was a lot of years ago, boy.
Yeah, to Mikey, he likes it.
Remember that? That was the greatest ad. You guys don't remember it?
No.
There's
No.
a cereal ad,
Life, it was for life. Life cereal.
life cereal.
Get
Mikey, he'll try anything. He'll try
Yeah,
anything.
the older brother, he's 3 or 4 years old. He's looking at this new cereal.
I think it was he
He says,
hated it. He hates
Let's give it to
Everything, yeah.
Mikey. He likes
Oh,
everything.
he hates everything.
He hates
Yeah, he hates
everything.
everything. Yeah.
It's
Do they
like
even
Mikey
make
loves
cereal?
It's Mikey.
Yeah.
That
They make it?
Well, yeah, because life, did you see the, what number 2 on there?
I've never had it.
Sugar was number 2 on its.
Final punch up. Mikey likes
Likes
it.
it,
That was
yeah.
crazy for a kid.
Okay, senior care,
Oh.
$1,500, 700, finance going rec and
Perfect.
same. Say that.
Mikey likes it.
I saw, as someone named Mike, I've heard of him, and Mary Hartman, right? Between those two was good time.
All right, next one is biannual Gatsby. Oh, God. Okay, I'm gonna try something here. Let's try it if I just do this.
Oh, you're gonna try to.
Open them all.
Not all of them. Not all of them, just got to 19.
You're going to get a hand gesture on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have their laptop,
I may-
it's starting to have memory issues when I do more than 3 things at a time on them.
Choose the first
Yeah,
one.
unbelievably low.
Well,
That's
so
11.
this is my new one, but I have another one at home,
Oh.
sort of like downtown, you know, watching TV, surfing the internet kind of thing.
All right, come on, guys. I shouldn't have done this, I guess. There we go. Maybe I open them in 3s and 4s going forward.
What?
Okay, I did buy this computer in 2020. So.
Yeah,
It
you
reminds me of
Yeah.
the first Apple laptop.
Yeah.
It had the memory was like
Tuesday.
half of something.
2C, an Apple IIc. I had one.
Yeah, this was in the 80s.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And I had a spreadsheet of 5,000 lines, and I'd make one adjustment. I'd go have a cup of coffee. It would take 5 minutes plus.
11, did you do 11?
Yeah, 11, I'm trying to find it. Apple IIe, and then the Apple IIc was their smaller portable version of it. And then I had a Mac, when the Mac came in a carrying case this big.
Yeah.
I might be the oldest person around that has never handwritten paper.
You might be,
Mm.
yeah.
I've never written a paper. I never used a pencil or pen to write a paper.
Right.
So you've been deprived.
So you
Everyone, you're like, yeah, so.
never type, right?
No, I feel like I've written papers handwritten.
Wrote a paper.
Oh, yeah, I've written.
Yeah,
Yeah,
papers,
I
yeah.
write my
Yeah.
first drafts by hand and then.
That's.
I had a TI in 1977 with,
Yeah.
with
70s.
I used to handwrite my papers to
77
make
in
my sister
second
write
grade.
paper.
I
I
had a
used to
TI.
handwrite them and hand them in.
Yeah, that too, yeah.
All right.
That's how you practice handwriting.
Yeah, I
Are
know.
we missing 11 or not?
Lost the
No.
art form now.
Yeah.
Biannual Gatsby 70, this actual study is required by law and is conducted every other year to inform the town's OPEB liabilities. This expense could alternatively be included in the treasurer's operating budget instead of using free cash.
That'd be crazy.
Why? It's an operating expense.
Except, well, it's in every other, the problem is it's in every other
That's the
year,
problem.
right?
Oh, I thought you meant the like 440.
No, just the.
Oh, yeah.
No, the report.
9,000.
No, the
That, yes,
annual
okay.
Gatsby.
It used to be, yeah.
It used to be, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, special indemnification. The fund was created 70. Right? The fund was created at town meeting in 2017 for specific purchase, which is still valid. The fund is depleted and needs to be replenished. Discussion of whether funds are used for short or long-term leave, and if long-term, how long this fund supports individual cases.
We didn't oppose it though. Did we?
No, but it's, yeah.
That was what we talked about, right? It was like, how long?
Okay, all right, fair.
Is this?
Yeah, how much you want to put in there?
Yeah,
How
you have
long-
a lot of
That's a good-
balances.
How long should this fund support individuals' cases? Should, there's something missing here.
And
Discussed
Cause it's gotta be pretty quiet, cause it's usually personnel stuff that you don't wanna air in public.
Whether funds are used,
You look at the total amount.
Yeah, right.
We did get the history.
okay,
Yeah. Right, you're welcome. The history's all in TPD.
Hmm?
I think it's all in TPD. Historically, this
TPD?
fund,
Mhm.
I think it's all police.
Unbelievable. Can't clear that up.
okay, that was 12. Now we're out of order. I mean, sorry, I gotta move this so I can get to it. Oh, let me do this. I'm looking for 13, right?
Sure, same thing.
Unemployment compensation fund.
This is only just so we discuss the appropriate balance.
Yeah,
That's fine.
It's not really an opposed view, but
just something.
It's a general informational, so there's a consensus. Good.
Cool.
I think the select board probably had the same discussion, right?
Mhm.
Amanda?
I'm not at
Ditto.
those meetings.
I didn't
Oh,
want
you
to
didn't
vote.
go there?
I'm usually here,
Yeah.
because you guys have your meetings on the same night.
It didn't used to be the case. They used to be on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We have always been Mondays. And then they said, well, we'll do a couple there, so.
We had a good reason.
But he
People
comes
work
always,
with Bob.
Catherine always came here too,
I just can't be in two places at once.
right? Yeah.
And they don't record theirs like you guys do.
Mm. Okay, so 13 is done, 14,
Oh, this is the one I'm supposed to, I didn't do this.
I did it.
Thank you.
You're fired.
So just, it's no big deal, but department is spelled wrong.
Oh,
Is it? Oh,
Aren't there two ends, like?
there are two ends, yeah.
ah.
Good point.
oh, and the template, oh, trouble now. Trouble now.
So more embarrassing, I didn't notice it.
Yeah, that's true. That's
It
true.
looks like, you know what? It just looks like it got cut off. No, it doesn't. All right,
Yeah.
I'll go back in and maybe if I get,
I used to work with the German, double N was like always assumed.
all right, encouraging investment in maintenance extends the lifespan of the facilities, ultimately reducing costs.
Yeah.
Maintenance should be an ongoing annual operating expense. That's the pros and the cons.
Yeah.
I went super creative on that for you.
Okay, thank you.
I think that one's perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah, this was sort of your baby back in the day.
yeah. Yeah. That, then I got OPEB and then
Yeah, that's a good one. That was a nice expensive one.
someday, somebody, long
Well, thank
after
you.
we're gone, is gonna go, holy crap, who did that? That is so great.
That was good. You know, my last meeting with Mark Lyons, he was like, well, I think the state's gonna fail us out, so I disagree with Jay on this, but I don't know if he ever told you that.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Yeah, he did. And I said, well, if they do, as long as they don't take the money, we're gonna have millions of dollars that we can do something with.
Free cash that year, $10 million.
Yeah. All right, so that's 14. Police cruiser.
You're up, sir.
This follows the normal cycle to replace one cruiser every year. The cumulative mileage driven and idle time wear on the vehicle has shown that this is the optimum cost point to replace a cruiser. Fine. Opposed? Is there anybody want anything thrown in there?
I couldn't come up with anything.
I was looking for reasons, but it turns out they don't sell police cars anymore. You know, the websites, they don't sell chargers anymore for police vehicles.
Oh, to go to the car rather than the,
Yeah,
It's all SUVs now, yeah.
yeah.
okay. So this one is done. 16, air conditioning. 70, the equipment has reached its life expectancy and is best replaced before the system fails. This will also be an energy saving as the newer systems are more efficient. Hasn't it already failed in some places or?
Yeah, it's failed multiple times, I feel like.
Yeah.
It was
Don't they have like window units upstairs and they get hot?
third floor, they
thought-
do it.
Yes, I thought I had written something else in here too, Jay,
Okay,
can verbalize.
yeah,
it.
please.
Um,
Or I could just say as it is already failing.
yeah. Problem is if it fails, you can't get the refrigerant anymore.
Yeah,
It's terribly expensive if you can even get it,
yeah,
because the refrigerant is no longer used.
Oh, it's been banned.
I forgot where I put that, maybe that was in the actual warrant. I wrote
Okay.
that.
Okay.
so that's, I think we're fine with that. Is that okay? And it's best with praise as it is already failing.
I think up above. In the description
Yeah.
of the warrant, that's where it is.
Yeah. Okay,
The chief did a good job though. Originally he wanted a central air on the third floor. Decided since it was intermittent use, he could make do with window units, so.
Yeah.
That's what cut it almost in half.
yeah.
It was very good.
The current units are aging and no longer supported by the manufacturer. The newer technology is much more powerful, can be discharged from great distance and will penetrate heavy clothing.
So penetrate instead of penetration.
Yeah. Particular benefit in the winter. Is there any opposed?
Do we want to say the current units are functioning? Do we want to say something or?
Up to you. It's up to anyone here.
We did have a long discussion on this.
We had a long discussion.
Yeah.
There's
But it was
also
all about-
concern about it being part of the operating budget, right? Because it's gonna be every
I mean,
5 years.
the concern was price, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
You know, if we saw the, I don't know, the value in.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was really,
I think the thing that's funny for me is, I thought it was out of warranty, what I didn't realize it's out of spare parts.
It's like out of
but
life.
then he
Yeah,
had
right.
four extra units, so.
Yeah, but I mean, but
Um,
I feel like someone who's managed products before, not guaranteeing it for 20 years is. So.
They don't require ongoing expenses. Well, they do, you have to.
I'm trying, yeah, you have to replace,
The
units,
black powder,
but no, it wasn't any of that.
a
Like the
5-year,
new units.
Yeah.
you don't replace them after the warranty's over.
yeah, but you'll.
That's what they
have to
want.
renew
Okay, so is there anything we want to say here or no?
I don't think it's material for me.
Yeah, right.
We could drag it on and on, but
Yeah.
Like to watch.
it's not.
Yeah.
Well, we can talk for 20 minutes on town meeting floor. Make everybody crazy, you know?
Okay.
He started sharing something. Oh, maybe that thing timed out.
Oh,
We need to click something.
That computer somehow left the Zoom meeting.
yeah, let's the Zoom meeting. We got a reason to join the meeting. Make sure others are in there. No, the whole meeting ended.
Okay.
No, I'm still in it, so no, it didn't.
Oh, okay.
Topsfield cable's still there, so.
He's no
Yeah,
time.
no, join from,
Yeah.
There's an app.
click open.
This computer goes, but
Yeah,
Audio off.
yeah.
works all of a sudden there's.
Some of these used to time out, you can only, maybe it was just the free ones.
The free
Yeah.
ones, it's like 30 minutes.
They have an hour or something.
Yeah,
30 minutes, yeah.
45 minutes, I think it was.
Okay. There we go.
Wow. Pretty cool.
All right, so. Article 18, police command vehicle. And so it was determined that it's not necessary to replace this vehicle this year. Do we want to say something more?
I don't want to, but I would acknowledge that a couple of the select board people.
Well, I'm pretty sure that they're gonna come up and
They talked
argue.
about ants and
Yeah.
fish.
You are, but in favor of,
Yeah.
so this is wrong, though this is wrong, first off.
Because it's no, so it's,
This is no action.
Yeah.
Oh, that was me,
Right.
sorry. Whoa.
the warrant.
Was it
is
6-1 or is it 6-2, 5-2? I thought it was 5, oh, 6-1 for this one.
6-1.
6-1.
There's the other one that was 5-2.
Oh.
Yeah.
The word current is there.
No, description of the warrant motion here needs to be,
Yeah, what,
No, it's for no action.
yeah, no, that's not, the motion is the actual language that's in,
Where's the motion? I couldn't figure out what to put in there. It didn't seem to me.
no, you're supposed to put in, no, you like you did the other ones. This one shouldn't, okay,
We should have said.
should say what it should be a cut and paste from the actual warrant, the warrant. Give me a second, I'll pull it up.
Okay. Yeah, show
recommended
me.
that the town.
Oh. I'm
Actually, that
sorry.
is it. Recommended that
for
the
that
town
one.
take no action. That's all it says
That's all
in
it
the
does for
warrant.
that.
No.
Yes,
Yeah,
No,
Yeah.
hang on, no, hang on,
But-
oh,
But they,
I'm looking at the final warrant, right,
Yeah.
and town take no option, that's the motion.
yeah.
Oh, I was right.
wow, I'm sorry, guys.
Dave, you had it right.
but that's what's so,
It is weird, though.
It is weird.
normally
So,
it's,
It's probably an oversight.
No, I think that was intentional.
Oh, all right.
I think that
Amazing.
they don't wanna push it through at all.
Why didn't they just delete it then? So not to,
Yeah, I'm
Withdraw
actually
it.
remove the article.
they should have just taken the damn thing.
if it, unless, I got the impression that they were going to try and override, get it
Right.
overridden.
that's what I.
No.
No, this is
For-
so silly.
I don't think so.
Because the chief didn't want to bring it
Chief
through,
didn't
and no
want
one's
it.
recommending it, and now we're gonna bring it in front of town meeting.
But yeah. I don't know why they didn't withdraw it, but I think that was intentional.
Okay,
Oh, shit, we should-
Is what it is.
So what, this is-
oh, gee. Okay, that's fine.
Then it should say positive action, right?
No,
If the motion is to take no action,
Oh,
then
right.
it should be positive action on the no.
wow, oh my God, good
Right.
thing.
This isn't,
Raising his
did we
tax.
vote on this?
Yes, we did.
With this language?
No,
No.
not with this language. We voted it with the previous language, which had the,
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Got
they
an
changed it on
description.
us.
They-
Huh,
Yeah, it definitely didn't say this when we voted.
Yeah, to see if the town will vote to raise and assess or transfer from available fund, blah, blah, blah.
right.
And then it's recommended that, so the motion is recommended.
So
that
what
the
did we
act-
vote
No action,
on?
we voted
no action,
no action, meaning we voted not to support.
the recommendation of.
What article
All right.
was this?
Article 18th, I'm gonna table that one. I'll email it to you all. You guys, can you just trust me to handle this one?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
Leave it on consent agenda.
What about the reasoning?
Bury it there.
yeah, let's do yeah, it was determined that it's not necessary to replace the vehicle this year. Are you okay with that as the reasoning?
Yeah.
Do we need to say anything more?
No.
Do we need to put an NA in there or?
Well, or do we want to say anything on the opposed side?
Smells like fish, I mean, you know.
Yes or no?
No.
Smells like fish.
Okay.
Yeah, never.
If the town.
Okay, I'm just gonna save that one. 18, we have to do something with. Close it down. 19. Fire storage building, Michael Hartman.
Yeah, okay.
Let me go back to the previous one. Do we need to take a motion to allow Che to do anything?
Because
with
these are just something, no, we don't need, because we're not voting any of these.
Okay.
that? Okay,
I appreciate it. These are this is us just logging our,
but we can also finish it up at the pre-meeting, before town meeting, if there's something that's still hanging.
yeah, well, that one, we're gonna have to see what and we'll clarify.
Okay,
So what I'm gonna do is get clarity from Kevin and from the select board on what they actually want and plan to do. Because if they are planning to continue to put it forward, what's in there can't stay. They have to do an addendum. We have to get up on floor and say, the motion is different than what's in your thing, and somehow we're gonna have to read what was there previously. What's there now, there's nothing there there's no motion.
Right, that's why
The motion is no action. That is the entire motion.
Right, yeah.
On what?
On not raising an
No,
assessment.
because, you know, the,
we
no,
pay KP to check this stuff?
Yeah.
Just joking.
yeah. This one's
That was a little squirrely.
all right, so,
So this one,
You, missed this.
only
Yeah, I
because
got
in the opposed reasoning, just the spelling, party,
Yeah, oh.
or
okay.
another party.
Yeah, that was, yeah. Oh. No,
And
check.
just, you know, we've
Yeah.
gotta be,
Yeah,
we
no,
don't
we
want
got, we
those
got a
kinds of
quality,
things.
yes, with the.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I might not have caught everything, but.
No, so usually when I write something, I write it, and then I read it. But this one I just dashed through the first time, but,
Yeah.
but,
That's okay, I mean, you know,
yeah, but this wasn't for a grade, so.
I'm gonna change it to will need, because up above we say if the building is successfully sold.
Yes,
Yeah.
much better.
Okay.
Subtle,
and there's nothing about the potential
Well,
donation.
I thought about that, but
Mhm.
even if there's a building donated, they're gonna still have to build a foundation and level
Okay.
and pour
And-
concrete, and I figured that would be
It'd be something in there. What this might get us is that instead of a 20 by 20 building, we're getting a 60 by 20 building
Yeah.
for the same money.
Yeah, so that was one of,
That's what my thought is.
yeah.
It's also, I think, in the minutes, that discussion about,
Yeah, but don't
So,
worry about
you
the
know, I mean,
accessory
if-
building law.
All right, for 20, we're gonna go back to one at a time, because this is.
Wouldn't that be funny if the fire department's not allowed to put up their storage?
Fire compression cylinder field station, need a functioning firehouse.
Yeah, that was tongue in cheek, but I should probably have said that you need you need a source of compressed air to run the fire department operations plus build the
for the
tank.
safety of the
Yeah,
firefighter.
okay. But what it kind of meant is every firehouse has one of these, and ours is 30 years old. I really short arm this one, didn't I?
I'm trying to give you a little bit of your snide, ha ha
Yeah.
ha.
No, I really, because I was going, you need this for a functioning firehouse, so.
have it up there about existing system is 30 years old.
Mhm. So it needs a new compressor and tank system.
There you go,
To provide compressed air for,
no opposition,
but it was,
we good?
God, please, please.
Okay. Oh. Wait a minute. Okay. Oh. Give me a sec, I'll be right there.
What's happening?
I don't know. Cause it's,
It's not named,
yeah,
I don't know what happened here, document.
Is that the latest one?
This is from, it was.
now I didn't save it, so I now lost my wonderful wording. Compress air. The air tanks need to be filled. A functioning firehouse. This is gonna be where it's gonna be, next year, we're gonna look and go, huh, I can tell when it started getting later.
Air tanks need to be filled.
Yeah.
To have.
In what sense, though, is the reasoning part of the warrant article, do you get to reference the description you put up on for why you do it?
You need another.
It did it again, something's,
Right.
What's
Yeah.
going on with this one? Oh, I know.
Is it because it's a
No.
template still?
I bet you saved it as a template.
So here's the thing, here's what I said, in this one, for example, if I put the description of the article, it covers all this stuff. And then my snide answer was, you need it for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a template.
So it's sort of, I think you're sort of covered, although there's a snide comment.
Well, I gotta fix this though. Next, this one, F2, all right,
All
F2.
it is you need a functioning compressed air system
Right, but so the description
to
did.
fill the firefighters' tank so they can safely
Here's
enter
one.
Right.
smoke-filled buildings.
So I feel like, yeah, right, so I feel like there's a description why you should do it, and I'm leveraging it, but I'm being lazy, so that's.
I gotta do it a third time.
Yeah.
Required for the safety of the firefighters.
Yeah,
Don't worry, Heidi, the Red Sox are winning.
are they?
3-1.
Oh.
A functioning,
But
Doesn't have been water.
isn't this the NCAA, isn't it final of the,
Well, it hasn't started yet.
okay,
That's in that.
that's an 850.
okay.
Is tomorrow's game a day game or is it a night game?
Tomorrow's a noon game.
Yeah.
Wednesdays is
Where
the day.
do they have
He's
the,
doing it that Wednesday.
I don't know where those.
We've got.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I wanna go.
That's awesome.
Nice seat.
Where are you?
Yeah.
That might be
Ryerson,
mine.
it's northeast.
Wait, you might be really close to.
Yeah, that's good, Chase.
Southern.
Yeah, the problem is this thing, I
Yeah.
figure out what was wrong with it.
Being
Town meeting,
slow, like great, under the net, calm. Can't get a good seat.
Fun. Good time.
I don't wanna go to all the games that he goes to.
That's a lot of games.
It's like 50 games. So if you ever want, let me know.
Good to know. Thank you.
oh shoot. I did the right same thing. No, I said is save a copy. What's going on? Oh, because it's in the wrong spot.
Now, I mean, just now.
It has a file name now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. Oh. All right, give me a second.
You do the skiing today?
We went to, visit people we used to work with
Ah,
40 years ago.
40.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I
New Hampshire?
New Hampshire, yeah.
That's nice. You hadn't seen him in 40 years?
No, we've seen them since then in New Hampshire, but it's the old, the school I first taught at, right, there's a cohort in Massachusetts. In New Hampshire.
5 years ago, I got in touch with my cousins.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen them in 50 years.
Right, yeah.
It was nice. Live up in Booth Bay.
Oh, very nice.
We've got a lot of boats in this place.
But these are former Kathy's colleagues of mine, so she worked for them 10 years and I'm just luggage in this.
Yeah, you're the driver,
Yeah.
so.
I'm talking about plus some places around here, snow showers.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Oh, don't talk about it. Better hope Gary doesn't have to go.
So what happens, not to pick on you, anyway, they got saved as templates rather than as documents.
So that would be, okay,
So we're just,
okay.
so each time I was trying to save it, it was creating a new document.
Oh, wow.
So doc X is template.
No,
So when we saved it as templates and we should have.
no, you guys saved them. For whatever reason, only 2 of yours did this, but 2 of them got saved as templates rather than as documents.
Okay.
You're on top of it.
There it is, right there.
I'm not all literate.
Yeah, no,
That one. It's a document, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That one goes in there.
So you gotta get somebody to come over and let the dogs out?
We did not, because it was a short enough period of time. Plus Greg was home, Greg came home, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's fine.
All right, so,
I've heard stories, boy.
Yeah, the dogs are wonderful, but it's a constant issue.
I think of my sister here, because it must be 45 years ago.
Yeah.
They said the dog was stupid. I fed it the watermelon rinds. After it ate the watermelon, the dog ate all the rinds.
Okay.
I loved them. In the middle of the night, diarrhea.
Okay.
Oh my
My
God.
sister was very unhappy with me.
So we got the.
You're on recording.
Yeah. Yeah.
As long as my sister's not listening.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure she remembered it.
okay, so 20 is there. That one I can delete.
Right, let's see.
21 is also a template,
Is
right?
it? Oh, I know we save it back as a.
No, it's okay.
There you go.
Let me do this. I have two. Okay, file. Save as. Income, 2027. Town meeting,
I can't even remember my.
warrant tracker, warrant explanation summaries. Boom, now I'm cooking the fire. Here we go. All right, next one was fire truck, fire department pickup truck.
Okay.
Positive action 6-1.
Yeah.
If Topsfield is going to keep the capability to fight brush fire, a new truck is warranted.
Yeah, no, I put that in context with the description of above.
Yeah.
Which was described the truck
Yeah.
and stuff we needed there, so.
Keeping the old truck is an additional expense in a time where the FinCom urges departments to discard old equipment. It also begs the question whether the old truck needs to be out of service.
Yeah, so I was trying to.
Where?
Instead of where,
Yeah, but I was trying to read
It
it.
also begs for whether,
no, above it,
On
where.
Yeah,
yeah, thank you.
I was trying to
you
capture
don't even
your.
need it a time,
My
just when
concerns.
Yeah,
the
your concerns.
FinCom
Taking a
urges
principled approach.
No, it's not, totally, yeah.
additional expense when the FinCom urges departments to discard our equipment.
That was the hang up for one of the votes was keeping the old stuff.
And just up in the description,
Yeah.
personnel was spelled
Oh,
in the second line. When's, and I don't know if you want the capital F for Ford. Yeah, I'm just being stupid, but.
no, it's fine.
You're being smart.
You know, it's just, it's like these are
You've
documents.
got an accountant's eye for detail.
This
Okay.
is. The description should just be a copy and paste though, right?
It doesn't have to be.
Oh, okay.
The motion.
So motion, definitely, yeah.
Yeah,
I found,
yeah, I sometimes change the
I
description.
tried to add stuff to description to add more stuff, so, because I
Okay.
find sometimes the descriptions are
Yeah, yeah.
not clear to me.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And it's also, they can read the warrant, right? We want to make it a little bit more.
Informative.
22, frame engine repair. Shoot. Oh,
oh,
no, it's fine, I went to double click and it shifted.
oh,
Because it was low, rejiggering the. Frame engine repair. Engine 3 is 16 years old and the frame needs repair.
Yeah.
Excellent use of ultrasound inspection to assess the corrosion and associated repair costs.
I hope that was in favor, but that was my editorial comment. Anyone opposed?
Confirms
Nope, no, 7-0.
Pick them out.
corrosion. I'm changing it a little bit
Okay.
because ultimately it's confirms corrosion and the need for repair.
But this was the one that sort of had our blood. Sorry, I was a little surprised because the initial number was 100K.
Mhm.
It's all part of the strategy to come in with a big number.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know if it is or not, but it would be a
Well,
good strategy.
so we've got an expert in this in the FinCom from Newburyport.
But coming in with a high number and
No, just,
Yeah.
no, well, the budgeting from the other side.
Yeah.
so elementary school, new gym space, paint and safety mats.
This is Catherine's.
7-0, this is much needed maintenance and equipment that are part of the school's updates. There was no opposition to this motion.
Just a question, if it's a warrant for the schools, anything unspent comes back to the town still, Amanda? You know, a school warrant, or do they keep the total
Free
amount?
cash goes over to them, it's over with them, right? Or no, because the bill comes to you, the bill comes to you guys.
To us,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it works just like a town.
Yes,
What's the attorney right there too?
but they can like keep it open if they have other expense, so they keep it open as long as,
They can get away with it.
which the town, some people do as well.
Multi-hook. 5-2, no action. Okay,
So I think that's a great in favor.
yeah, what do you want for opposed?
You know, it's just that the highway superintendent shared concerns about risks related to one of 4 frontline plow sanders being out of service during critical snow removal operations. I mean, it's just that he said.
Yeah.
I think even in the letter, it was well taken care
No,
of
it's fair.
too.
Identified
Was identify,
risk of
Where's
1,
Heidi?
4. Frontline. Plow trucks. Being out of service. Sounds good, Mike. Sorry, I shouldn't have done that.
critical snow
Out
removal.
of service during snow operations. Snow removal.
It really had to do with salt rather than snow removal, because we got a lot of trucks.
You can say during salting and snow removal operations.
But the 4 trucks are the only ones that do salt. Whereas we have contractors, we have 550s, we have 10 to 20 trucks out surprisingly plowing snow.
That's why, we only had 60 miles of road.
Well, including, it seems excessive. So you make 2 passes, it's 120 miles. You got 10 miles.
Gary
an hour.
would say you got 120 lane miles.
Yeah.
Yeah. One, yeah, that's you gotta double the miles, right?
Right.
That's a fair statement. I hadn't even thought of it. All right, so that one is 24 is done. 25, public works septic system improvements.
That's me too.
The septic pumping and control systems up to 27 years are in very poor condition and need to be replaced. Anything anyone has to say against or to change that?
We can go on and on with this stuff, but
No, no one's arguing.
I don't wanna say it's a whole
Yeah.
tank to pump up to the leak.
Yeah, yeah.
And this and that. I'll save that for the town meeting if somebody gets that's going.
Yeah, I'm sort of hoping that the septic system is,
It's part of a consent agenda, so, right, so, is it?
Yeah, they all are.
Another story. Consent.
Yeah.
Public works utility trailer.
Me too.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe how reasonably priced these were.
Hmm.
4,000 each. It seemed, in the scope of what we said.
Replace two utility trailers. Yeah, they're pretty basic. It's one axle,
It's two wheels.
wire, I-beam, one axle and I-beam and then angle iron and then
they have an electric.
wire,
Or they have an electrical.
wire bed.
I couldn't think of anything else.
Yeah, that's fine. Anyone have a concern with this? You know what? I'm gonna do something here. Betcha, because every time I'm kicking off Word, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Instead of just opening another,
It might do it the same way.
yeah, we'll see.
if you can just close the document, and leave Word open.
So if I have a separate Word open off to the side,
Yeah, I've never made templates in Word my whole life. Never made templates.
Right.
they're great. You can,
It's true, but I'm thinking of the hundreds of documents I've written, it's always been one-offs.
not really much different. But 27, HVAC.
That's Catherine.
This will enable the library staff to protect the important town service in real time and efficiently. And okay with that? Anyone want to change it?
Word, town
Just
service or the
finish it.
building?
Hmm?
Protect the library?
The sentence makes it sound like this is
I
an
mean,
upgrade.
it'll make the HVAC.
Yeah,
run
It's really
efficiently
replacing an
and-
age thing, right?
and keep the reliability up and,
We'll replace and upgrade.
yeah.
This will, okay, but then it does give them the ability to do some things, like remote control, so.
Right.
So this will replace.
It says it in the description there.
Replace and upgrade.
We'll replace the current control system, which is at the end. of
Current
the-
was not replaced at the time, and it's the end of its useful life.
Look. It should be more efficient too. I'd look to get some estimates and, even if it's a couple $1,000. Like over the years, we've run almost all LED lighting throughout town. That's pretty significant.
Okay, and then just
Get the best
management
one.
in real time.
$450 off. It's great.
Any opposed? No?
Yeah, that's good.
Hmm. Closed it down anyway. Because there was a blank document.
No, it didn't keep that open.
Hmm.
If you wanted for sure when I was walking up the stairs.
28,
Yeah, again, the sponsor on this one, is this should this be the rail trail committee or is this the town administrator? Kevin, you wanna be the sponsor for the rail trail storage building?
Not me.
No,
The county. Counting all of
these funds will be used to install maintenance equipment for upkeep of the trail. The current location where this equipment is being stored is being sold. The proposed new location will be located on the rail trail, providing easy access for maintenance crews. Sounds fine to me. Anyone got any concerns with that?
Perfect.
Good. Copy.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is 27.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it there.
Which one?
The old version, right?
oh yeah, this is Fridays maybe.
29.
Oh, the more recent.
Tree removal and planting. There is a backlog of dead trees that need to be removed along public ways.
Sort of mentioned planting, should cover that.
I left that out for your benefit.
Well, no,
But there's no.
What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
I'm just,
They're not gonna plant any trees.
yeah, okay,
It probably won't, actually.
okay. Yeah, all right, I'm fine with it. I just remember unexpectedly when we had a tree cutting one, you know.
Well, we had a tree cutting one and a tree planting one. And we're like, what? We agree with the cutting ones. Why are we planting trees?
Yeah,
This is not an area we need.
That's okay, yeah. We can leave it, right, see what they say.
There may be a few that
Okay.
need to be replaced.
Yeah.
Okay.
Water WTP. Tom, you said the sedimentary basins need to be properly cleaned and if such contaminants contained there and need to be disposed. Dispose.
This pop stuff,
Yeah, disposed of.
Yeah,
The approval of these funds will go towards the disposal of the contaminants.
So,
You guys good?
Yeah.
Things considering your computers, I can do it well. My computer would be very present, but
31. SCADA, a system upgrade. Can we somewhere actually say what a SCADA is?
supervisory control and
supervisory control,
data acquisition.
yeah.
Supervisory control. Are you guys just making that up?
No, I'm reading
Yeah.
out of the warrant article.
Control and data acquisition.
Data system. Right.
There. The current system is obviously no longer supported and is a deja failing, therefore replacement is necessary. What happened? What does the SCADA do?
Basically oversees all the operations from water quality control to how the water flows in and out.
Yeah.
Just and keeps it automated. Keeps the whole system automated.
The brains of the operation.
Yeah.
More than the treatment plant.
It's,
The well pumps everything.
yeah, the pumps, yeah.
You don't want a dead end, it pumps in.
Water system.
Okay, key funds, yeah.
Peters.
$32, water large item repair. These major repairs are needed in order to maintain the operation of the water treatment plant, most notably the working conditions of a variety of pumps. These funds will support general maintenance needs outside of the water department's operational budget.
Or it should be variety of pumps, plural,
Plural, pumps.
on the pump.
Anything else? Three. The finance committee agrees with the recommendation of the planning board. Clarifying the language around ADUs.
Do we need this as part of the consent agenda for? We didn't have it in any of the other ones. Description of the warrant.
Up to you guys.
I don't care. I just noted it. It's,
I think when there's, again, I mean, we did it in the finance letter, some might come out. So I think it's not a bad idea to say that this is part of a consent agenda where there's gonna be there might be some that are gonna be pulled out.
I don't want to go back and change all the other ones.
I was gonna say, if we do it for this, then we have to do it for all of it.
You know, someone else who's willing to step up and do that, cool, but I don't want to.
We discussed, we just zipped through this. This wasn't a long one for us.
no.
No, because it was mostly,
Right, okay.
language,
Yeah.
you know. We should say something other than, I think we should put a little more detail in other than, yeah, we agree with the planning board. That doesn't give you any sort of confidence that we actually considered it and evaluated it. That just kind of like, yeah.
It's just adopting the state language, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's in the description.
Didn't change the meaning of it.
I thought it changed some of the stuff.
I thought it changed.
I thought it modified Topsfield ADU to,
No, it did,
not at all. Okay, you're the liaison, like, that's.
I think we're just
This is more,
adopting the state
this is
language.
more housekeeping, Heidi, is my understanding.
This, okay.
Yeah, this is where we're going to add the language about being a certain distance from a transit station, all the stuff that's not even necessary, but it's just the state language, right?
What is the restaurant?
Modify restaurants.
that's pending.
This is the one that's pending.
Mhm.
Oh, good.
Why is it pending?
Because they didn't vote it.
We didn't make it to the public hearing, so they're having another one on the 15th.
So we'll vote on this the night before town,
Night
right
of town
before,
meeting,
night of,
yeah.
yeah.
But it's showing in the warrant, right, as pending.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we'll have this up there as pending as well. Scenic road
Again, but does it throw more work at the planning board?
No, it's always been there, it's just that this way they don't, mark.
3 out of
saying
5
that
versus 4 out of 5.
They rarely get a super majority to go to these,
Okay,
these permitting meetings, so. They just wanna be able to have a majority.
yeah, the strikeouts is on first special. Okay. Cool.
And just trying to make it so we actually
Yeah,
look like we're aware of what is actually going on. Accessory buildings. This is the one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you'd say, yeah,
what's missing, does it go on to the next page?
Mhm.
I'm changed 1,500 to 1,900.
Yeah.
I make it, because 1,500 is a really small house, relatively in Topsfield, but 1,900 is starting to get into, there are a lot of people that go, wait, that's about the size of my house.
You can't even build 1,000 square foot garage, forget about the law.
Yeah, yeah, well, yeah, you,
Dave's
25,
point was that it could be even a smaller.
It could be a
garage,
500
It's 2
square
floors, it's
Yeah.
1,000 square feet.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah, it's just a 2-bay garage.
Correct.
Right.
So that needs to be,
This is where we're different than the planning board on this.
mhm,
Correct, yeah.
full on.
look at that carefully, little change, 1,900 square foot principal
Home,
home. The maximum you could build would be 1,000 square foot.
might not be, no, it's,
You don't need with a loft, it could be a 500 square foot garage with loft.
600, because the loft is gonna be left. So, well, let's do this, 25 by 20 is 500, so 24 by 24 is gonna throw you another, yeah, so 650,
625.
yeah.
Hey, you talked about a 1,500 with 1,000 square foot garage.
No, I talked about a 2,000 square foot house,
1,900.
2,000, I remember. It was, yeah, it was 2,000.
That it would restrict the development.
I remember, because I started poking at this one, because I was like, this doesn't, you need a bigger place to keep your toys, this one doesn't make any sense.
Reference that comment,
Yeah.
Michael, multiple
That's
times.
right, I'll say, I'm pro small house, but big place to keep your toys.
See my neighbor. They get a small house, 3,000 square foot building, that's his cars, he's got more equipment
That's what I,
than the town garage.
that's what I know.
Yeah.
I don't even have the garage space, I need.
We borrow it.
We
I don't
got-
even have a garage.
There's one of
I had too many toys for my garage, I need to build a barn.
there's one of those kids in Moline actually too.
Can't believe what he's got.
It's next behind.
Skeffington, yeah,
Oh,
on the same
Skeffington.
street.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a character of note.
Yeah, so I mean, the whole thing was that they had to approve a commercial garage, and that garage was then leased to a landscaping company. So, it only had, it was a two-door garage, but it had enough square footage that it could fit like 6 cars in there.
Yeah, I think the concept here is good.
Yeah,
It's just the I don't know how you change it.
are we okay with the in favor of no action now? There were concerns that there might be unintended limitations on a property owner's rights to build a permitted accessory structure because of the size limitations. For example, a property owner with a 1,900 square foot home on a large lot that meets all setback requirements might not be able to build a detached 700 square foot garage with a loft because its square footage would exceed 50% of the principal structure square footage. These concerns are distinct from the dimensional requirements established by the ADU, which were not part of the zoning. Can we say that? Can we just say,
What does that mean?
Well,
this
because
means,
people might confuse it, right? Because you're allowed an ADU by right, 900 square feet max.
Yeah.
So
you,
it's just, this is accessory,
you,
it's accessory structures which are distinct from accessory dwelling.
So they built an accessory dwelling and their main house was 1,500.
900 square feet max.
Yeah,
by law,
got it.
right?
Yeah,
This
And
is
it has
not
the
to be
word
confused
accessory.
with an an ADU type of building. I'm just putting it like that.
those ADUs will need new septic systems.
The planning board was responding to the building inspector's request for clarity on whether structure size in relation to the principal structure should be considered before issuing a permit for otherwise permitted uses. Existing structures permitted prior to this amendment will not be impacted. What is that part of why someone was opposed to, it was willing to support the planning board? Because previous people weren't, people who already have stuff? Okay. And a property owner was permitted denied because of the new maximum.
So our comments are just on this motion,
Yeah,
not the fact that the concept is good, but
Yeah.
that's getting too far.
we could, I mean, if you want to say the concept's good, but we've, started with the up here on but in the in favor, but we're talking about the opposed right now.
Yeah.
On the opposed, can I ask if for otherwise permitted uses, is that important to be in there? I mean, if you think about people who are reading this is not for Martha Morrison to read, this is for my neighbor Joe to read. I think it might be clear if you ended there and removed for otherwise permitted uses.
I think that part of what, again, Martha was explaining to me is that these structures are permitted, right?
Yeah.
And so the question for the building inspector was whether the size was gonna be any kind of
I
limitation.
understand, but
Definition of a bay. I think it was the loophole that was creating issues for the building inspector. That prompted the conversation around getting better clarity on the definition of the building.
I didn't hear that. I just heard.
From me
that
or,
size.
sorry, do we say it again?
From Martha. Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah.
okay.
Not a volume issue.
Existing structures permitted prior to this amendment would not be impacted. A property owner whose permit is denied. Okay, so is this okay?
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah, sounds good.
Mhm.
That's. Right. Okay, that is 36. Citizens petition, home rule petition modification.
So again, is this, the sponsor is a citizen, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, citizen.
What numbers there?
So should it be recommended that the town take no action, or is it, what's in the
That's
warrant?
yeah, right?
Yeah.
So,
no
yeah,
That's another one of those.
Yep, take no action.
so. Kevin, we have an issue with this one and one of the other ones. There is no warrant for 18. There's no language in 18 or in this one, in the actual printed warrant.
Says recommend no action.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
So-
what we've done in the past. Historically, whenever the FinCom is elected not to support an article, it's been verbatim what I copied and pasted in there. We never have had the actual language
Remember that.
built into it. So I just
So-
went off past practice.
So, I mean, for example, maybe, I don't remember that, is it, but okay. But the problem with that is there's nothing to override. There's no context of language for anyone to override what we're saying. We're gonna go up and stand in front of people and say, hey, we have a warrant that says we recommend you don't do anything. That is the extent of what, because remember, it's the warrant, it's the motion.
I think the above it is what, above the motion gives it context. So
Yeah, but the motion is, so someone would have to go create
Right.
a motion.
which is what happened in the past with, so we had this actually last year. When was it? There was no action on the override. It wasn't last year.
Last year.
But that was,
But-
it was recommended and then it was,
The article had
Before
a
the
warrant in
people.
it for that one.
Yeah.
It had language in it, and then we recommended no action.
Where you just pull up,
Okay, but it's already, I mean, it already is, right? It should already- There's no unringing the bell.
No, there's no action.
Recommend the town take no action on the following.
On the following vote.
Right, so it says, command field, to see if the town will vote to raise and assess the transfer of available funds an appropriate sum of money to be expended by the select board with the advice of the police chief, which is what the motion is.
Which one?
18, I went to 18.
Oh, yeah, but we're talking about from last year?
So this is was Masco last year, it's like.
Masco,
Vote to take no action on the following. So
we
it's
added that in
Yeah.
last year specifically because of, we knew it was gonna get flipped over, but all the historical capital items have always said no action when it's been voted down historically. I'm not saying right or wrong,
Yeah.
but if you go to, say, if you
Okay.
get to 18, it says what the motion was above it, to see if the town will vote to raise and assess and transfer from available funds an appropriate sum of money to be expended by the select board with the advice of the police chief to purchase and equip a new police vehicle, including all incidental and related expenses or take.
That's, we don't need to, I don't wanna,
And then it says
Yeah.
recommend that the town take no action. So the prior paragraph explains what you're voting on, and the motion is not. You got it? Yeah,
so the motion is, we recommend
no
the
action.
town
above
take no action.
of What was listed above.
Well, no, because while we're reading, it's a motion, and the motion is we recommend the town take no action.
So the above paragraph.
To the above is not part of the thing.
No,
That's the
what
point.
you're recommending action to. Let me read it again, Sue. So
No, I'm talking about on the one you have there. So,
18, it says what the motion was this basically recommend the town vote to take action, and it reads basically almost verbatim previously. When you said no action at the last meeting, you basically put in no action. So you read above and see if the town will take action. That's the question being asked. Then you're motioning below that whether to take that. Yeah, you see me, Heidi?
well, I'm looking at, Article
But it
7
doesn't even have
last
the
year to
amount
see if the
there.
town would
Yeah.
vote to authorize and
So if someone
recommend.
was to say, the
vote
town
to-
Right.
decide that we do wanna do it, they don't
Yeah.
even know the amount.
yeah,
Well, that actually came up with the select board in the meeting, because we don't put the amount there, so you'd recommend. If someone's wanna take action, they say, well, what's the cost of the car, 80,000, okay, if you wanna
No,
flip that,
yeah.
I think what's gonna
I
happen.
will have to think about this for next year. We don't need to go any further right now, because this is what we're at.
Yeah.
I just want to move forward with this one.
Oh,
Um,
because the amount's always in the motion.
So,
Yeah.
I'm worried that this one will try and freestyle it on
Put a couple 100,000 in there.
So anyway,
Neil's
Uh,
getting it for-
everyone, no, we're done.
Yeah.
Let's keep moving on this, because I want to, we can talk about that afterwards if people want to stay. Citizen home rule petition for the modification. So here what we have is zoning is technical and complex, and amendments to bylaws should be presented to ATM after deliberation by town officials, legal, and permitting authorities. Oh, no, permitting authorities, planning board, public hearings, and formal planning board vote. The wording is confusing and cannot be modified before ATM. Town meeting floor is an inappropriate forum to debate and amend the language of a bylaw, even if the petition is well intentioned.
Yeah.
Are we still okay with that, the way it is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
fine.
Okay. The intent of the original conference and event facility bylaw was to preserve historical structures that exist on all districts in Topsfield. This is a reasonable concern. This is a reasonable concern that there is a reasonable concern that commercial facilities in resident districts conducting events with amplified music might negatively impact abutters in the residential districts. The abstention reflects that concern. Okay,
There is a reasonable concern. Secondly, yeah, okay.
Okay,
And then to preserve historic structures that exist in all districts and tax states. Second line, after the word
Exist in.
exists.
Instead of on second line.
okay. Accepted roads. The highway department is provide snow plowing and minor repairs on these roads, but cannot perform extensive repairs and apply for chapter 90 funding unless the roads are accepted as public ways. Any issue? Cool. On 39. Mile Brook Bridge, new highway layout and easement. Acceptance.
Is that the select board with, is that?
Yeah,
the-
or
yeah.
town administration select board.
Either one.
I've been doing mine like this.
We were gonna put in the square footage since it was really minimum.
We're working on that. So there's a threshold with Article 97. If you overstep that threshold, I think it's like 2,600 feet of taking away Article 27 land, creates a whole new dynamic and approval process. We're at like 2,680.
Or that much.
Yeah, we need to drop it down. And some of it's temporary easements just for construction layout. The actual takings isn't that great, like the permanent.
We probably don't wanna put it in here, but. And it wasn't private
The land we're taking,
land, it was
Audubon.
Audubon,
it's a little bit of Audubon, that's it. Yeah,
Okay.
otherwise it's.
Well,
we don't need. it.
Yeah, home rule petition. Authorizing print-free digital legal notices. In favor, if the state grants the petition, we would be able to more efficiently and economically provide notifications in digital formats. Opposed, no one was opposed, but there may be some people who prefer or more easily can access the print notifications. Yeah, that's just what you got to consider.
Yeah. It wasn't in the paper.
Yeah. Which paper?
Right.
Yeah, that,
Where's the paper?
that is honestly a sidebar on this.
Yeah, we know.
It is expensive in the Salem News, and there's no
No, no.
local papers
But
that cover
it
it.
would be nice if there was some like just centralized, this is where you go for look for
Let's go
statewide.
statewide,
We'll call that
townwide, we're gonna.
Cartoony amendment to the state law.
Local acceptance, State Prudent Investor Act. This is an opportunity to align the town's investment policy with modern investment principles, including seeking higher returns for trust fund assets. Opposed, discussion of the importance of making sure investment change appropriately consider risk.
Mhm.
Anyone have concerns with what's in there?
No.
I'm gonna change discussion to discussed.
Okay.
The importance of making sure. Who's gonna be the best person for me to get to when I have these to get them up on the website? The new website. Who else other than you, since I've been yelled at multiple times, but we need to delegate?
It's like you proposed it stuff in the past.
Yeah, was it the clerk or was it, yeah, who posed, I mean, who
on
owns it?
the website, so it's gonna be our new communications person, Noelle. She started today, so you might wanna give her a little.
She starts today?
She started today.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I
Okay.
emailed her like 11:30 tonight with like 40 things.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice. to meet you.
Michael.
I need them to be up here by 9:30 in the morning, tomorrow morning.
If you want, Jake, put it to me, I'm just gonna forward it along to her, and I'm meeting with her tomorrow, so I can explain it's coming. You
Okay.
can also CC Amanda, just.
Home rule petition to extend employment of the police chief. This would permit the continued service of the town to the town of Chief Hovey. After,
I voted against it, yeah, 6-1.
I think it was 6-1.
yeah, after reaching retirement. This word, just reaching
Okay.
the current mandatory and
Almost feels like the town is called Chief Hovey.
You live in the town of Chico.
Yeah, this would permit the continued this would permit Chief Hovey's continued service
the
to the
continued
town.
service.
It's really good, but I don't know if we're ready to name it.
Yeah, this would permit.
That's really officially retired.
Might be a little mature, premature.
Permit Chief
Police.
Hovey's continued service, instead of continued service of.
This would permit an exception to the mandatory. It's not this would permit, this would permit a request to the state to grant an exception to the mandatory retirement age for police. Good enough. Is that okay, or want to fix it from there?
Fix the boat up.
Mike, what's your,
Oh, no, I had code, I voted the one sentence of proposition.
What was it? You know,
Would delay the town's option to promote the existing captain to the chief position and then streamline the TPD command structure.
repeat that. This would delay.
The town's option to promote the existing captain to the chief's position and then streamline the TPD command structure, Topsfield Police Department command
Yeah.
structure. I know it's gonna lose, but
I think it's important that people understand the thought process, whether you agree with it or not, you know?
That's all.
You want to say explicitly, I mean, obviously, what you're saying is the captain position was granted.
I want to leave it at that. I don't want to go into history. This would happen and
Okay.
what did the captain do? And, you know, is he lifting weights too much or is he working too hard? You know, something like that, I guess.
Okay,
Just want the option. That's my opinion.
that's fine.
Yeah. He will still be the chief and I don't want to cross him too much.
Distracted driving month.
But it
Don't
is,
be on your
yeah.
phone.
Don't be on your phone. Don't be on your phone when you drive. Details out there, paid by a grant.
Uncle Scott.
So,
Still back to
this is the home rule petition for restriction on rodenticides. Topsfield's already banned the use of scars on municipal property. There are 21 other communities that have requested home rule petitions designed to put pressure on the legislature to ban scars at the state level. Legislation has moved out of the Mass Health Committee on Environment and Natural Resources. If state legislation is passed, the home rule petition would be null and void. Private property owners can request a professional extermination, use alternative methods to eliminate rodents as the poison poses a danger to natural predators and scavengers. Everyone okay with that? Banning the chemicals eliminates an option for eliminating pests. Everyone okay with that?
Yeah.
Copy. PDF. Save. $45.
So on the language in the warrant motion has changed, right?
That's what that.
Yeah.
With the K and the.
Yeah, what changed on it? Is it?
It's just the school committee, we had the word district, and then we had the letter K in the proper.
Okay, so Masconomic Regional School Committee District. No, School District Committee.
Yes.
Mascot Regional School District. regional district school committee.
District,
Regional school district, right?
I'm asking on that regional district school committee.
district, regional, district.
School committee.
And the K was right here, right?
Yes. Parentheses K.
Lowercase. Yeah. Okay. This project has been accepted into the Mass Build. Oh, this has changed now, right? Didn't we rewrote this?
Yeah.
And this is now 420.
Oh,
This is the one we rewrote it today.
42, yeah.
The project's been accepted into the MSBA, accelerated, which would require the MSA to approval of this funding by all three towns in the MRSD. Will allow for the hiring of an OPM and completion. As of the deadline, they go to print the language. So this has been taken care of. So this piece we can remove, right? We saw
We
that,
agree.
yeah. So it's really, there were concerns about the added cost to comply. That's what, was that speak for you guys right there? Can I add to it?
Yeah.
And that those added costs may be greater than the state grants. And that's really what you're saying. Right, you good with that?
Curious if they made
See that
it show
in the
performer where it was not greater, like the
See
ADA
that
cost
in your
didn't exceed the 40 cents on the dollar.
Yeah.
Would that change, or is it the
Not yet.
overall project itself? Not that I've.
No, so if they came in and said,
Sorry,
if
Mr. Chair.
we go buy, they say, we buy 11 HVAC units and we do the plumbing and it came in at $52 million. Then that would be the main, that's my name,
So just net cost,
that cost.
and it's the unknown of the alternatives that, okay.
Yeah, being the first ones to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other piece. I mean,
No, it's
I'm
all
comfortable.
done. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay, 47, special ed stabilization account.
There's one, Mike, but I also like, the option of having gas as a backup. You can play the the electric.
Right. Yeah, that's also, I mean, there's a bunch of other stuff too, but that's.
Because otherwise you're gonna be,
It's a main driver.
at low temperatures, you're gonna have electric resistance heating in the system. You have to. The heat pump won't do it alone. So there's an added cost for that, and you know where electricity's going. You don't know. That's,
Yeah.
you got gas backup, you can change that changeover
So
temperature.
the finance committee is committed to fund this as the schools return their unspent funds to the town last year. Return their unspent funds to the town last year. We felt very strongly about honoring this commitment. Okay?
Two of those.
I should have done it, shit, oh well.
You just use the same one repurposed.
Well, no, yeah, no, I changed the word, just pasted it before but it's okay. Special ed, same thing. Fund these. If the school would. I'm going to, is committed to fund these as the school return their unspent funds to the town last year. Okay,
An equivalent amount, an equal amount.
wasn't quite, was it? How much did they return last year?
150?
They returned 150 and then originally they said it was gonna be 50-50, and then they bumped up to 75-75.
Okay.
Right.
So it all,
So the
100% of what they gave back to us at the end of the year went back to their stabilization.
So that's the point. We're just returning to them what they already gave back to us, an equal amount. An equal amount of unspent funds.
Yeah, I'm trying, really, we should be saying, we're committed to giving them the same amount of funds, rather than saying we're committed to fund because a return there, as the school returned an equal amount of their own.
Of unspent funds. Get rid of there. Yeah, that's close enough.
Did you change it in both of them?
Yeah, I didn't change it the same way, I'll go back after this one. This warrant recommendation is consistent with town's financial policy, to sound fiscal management, and continue to apply funds towards a large liability. Okay. Go back to that one now. Just two back. So what do we say? The is committed to fund this as the school returned an equivalent spend.
Yeah. Oh,
No, that's okay. There's already there.
Expected.
That was expected.
I guess if it's red, it's worse.
All right.
That's not expected.
No,
Mm-mm.
that's not what I wanted. That's all right. I'll be right there. It's gonna take me a minute.
Right, here is T in Southeast Asia. That's what I was saying.
Hmm. Order. Oh, there it is. Good enough. Maybe not. Actually, let's go the other way. Capital stabilization. Consistent with sound financial, the town is placing current Currently available free cash in a designated fund for future use. This amount is equal to the amount withdrawn from the fund at last year's town meeting when less cash, free cash was available for use.
I have a general suggestion for discussion on this. We have two warrant articles, we know no action voted on for capital. Do we want to consider increasing the amount of the warrant, at town meeting to put those additional funds into the capital stabilization? That's consistent with our policy. And I think it would send a tremendous message.
Because we're gonna free up like 300 grand.
Yeah, we're gonna free up 340
So,
or 50.
okay, good idea.
I didn't
Let,
want to
no,
lose it.
yeah, let's not lose it. When we get through these three, we'll bring that right back
Sure.
and have that discussion. It's not a terrible idea. Consistent with sound opposed, some or all of these funds could be used to fund current needs. Discussion if the capital stabilization fund is the optimal reserve fund for the future need. All right, everyone okay with those? Yeah.
Next one's gonna sound real similar.
Mm-hmm. General stabilization. Consistent with sound financial, some or all these funds could be used for the general stabilization. We good? Yeah.
Mhm.
Free cash to offset the tax levy.
That's just the.
You good with
spelling of
these?
Taxpayers and in favor, the last word.
Yeah. What's that?
Oh,
In
taxpayers.
favor, taxpayers, the spelling.
Of the in favor.
God, spell check is so bad. Why does it not catch that?
I don't know if it's catching it inside the
The template.
template, yeah. Everyone, any issues with these? Save copy. PDF. Was there any that we needed to go back to?
The command.
But,
That was 18.
Yeah,
oh, the command vehicle.
Or did we reach a conclusion on
I
that?
thought
I
we,
don't know.
Offline.
Yeah, what are we gonna do on that? Cause I gotta,
Cleared offline.
Yeah, I just don't know if you PDF.
we didn't PDF it.
Yeah.
You're just gonna wing it up there, that's what I'm saying.
oh, I'll wing it, but. I can just read that. It's easy.
Yeah,
Probably what we have to do. We have to read
So-
the motion as printed in the warrant, don't we?
you have to you can say stuff before or after, but you have to finish with. The motion is to recommend no action. This, the FinCom recommends no action,
Okay.
okay? So you can speak to, you could speak to, this is request was put forward for police cruise command vehicle. The FinCom recommends no action. And then you can say what you need to say. But the one thing, guys, we always finish, after you've said whatever you say, you finish by saying, the FinCom recommends no action or positive action. That is the last thing you say before you walk up.
It is like being like no agenda.
Yeah. But, well, I've already been told that it's getting pulled out. I'm gonna pull it out.
Please be protocol.
Yeah. Because it's too confusing.
Oh, okay.
I don't care about this. I mean, I'm one of the ones that say, no, I don't think we should do this. But it's too confusing for people to have 6 items in a consent agenda.
Yeah.
And if they vote yes, then that one that was a no means they voted no they voted to support. So I'm just gonna, when I said that last week, Raphael said, I might race you to that podium, to that mic.
Now, I think anything where it's assumed that people understand that a consent agenda means positive action,
Right,
it would be better to pull something out.
but we'll see. So on this one though, for PDFing it, All right, I'm just gonna, we're gonna. Yeah. You guys can deal with it when you get up to speak. So this is not what you speak, for you or for anyone who has questions, I'm happy to talk and sit with you. I'm not doing it. I'll stay here afterwards. I'm not holding everyone here to talk about, hey, what the expectation is for who speaks. But each of these, you all know what you have now, because your name was attached as we went through them. So those are the ones you're gonna speak to. The first person on the group is the one that's gonna represent the overall consent agenda. If the consent agenda comes forward, we're not gonna be talking about it, right? We're just gonna say, this is a consent agenda of these items. We're not gonna go through the whole, read the motion. We're not gonna go through explaining why we think one or the other on any of them. We're gonna say, here's the consent agenda. If they get if one of them gets pulled out, then that one gets spoken to. The rest stay in a consent agenda and we don't go into the details.
But it's the moderator who explains whether or not it's gonna be a consent agenda that comes up, right?
Yeah.
And then it'll be voted that, yes, it's consent agenda. And then if that's the case, because I'm just thinking like water articles that I'm reading, right?
So just being precise.
Yeah.
There's no vote as to whether or not it's a consent agenda. There's an opportunity for any single person to stand up and say, I want an article removed.
Okay,
There's no actual vote of, yes, I agree, it should be a consent agenda,
okay.
right?
Yeah.
So article comes up, there are 5 items in that. They say, okay, the next is a consent agenda for articles 7 through whatever, 11, call it whatever. And then the weight is, does anyone wish for any of these to be removed from the consent? Yes, article what? Okay, that one's removed. We now have a consent agenda for 7, 8, 9, and 11. 10's been removed. Any others? No. All right. We have a motion to support the FinCom's action on 7, 8, 9, and 11. Vote, and then it's okay. Now discussion on 10. If it stays in the consent, there is no discussion.
We don't even get up and say, FinCom recommends positive action on all these.
No.
Okay.
No.
So when you start a new consent agenda, we all stay seated. It's only the moderator,
Mhm.
I'll talk with her. I'm meeting with her.
just so we know the.
Yeah, I'm talking with her to confirm. That's how we've done it in the past.
Right. We've never had so many consent.
Right,
agendas.
right.
Yeah.
There is a possibility, I've heard this concept is. This is a possibility that the moderator could say at the beginning, we have 5 consent agendas. Are there anything within these 5 consent agendas that you want to pull out at the beginning?
Then we can go right home.
Pretty much, everyone says no.
Yeah.
But
Knockout.
that there are communities that do it that way.
Yeah.
They have one big consent agenda, but that is an option. I think the reality, though, I mentioned that because it could happen. The reality is we'll probably play it like we've done in the past.
Yeah.
Where it's consent agenda 1, moderator say, does anyone have any opposition? And if anyone says, yeah, I want to break that.
Better way to do it.
So I think if we could if we got used to doing 4 and 5 of these, going to 1 opportunity to pull anything out would be great. But the first time you go from 1 consent agenda to 4 or 5, I mean, people aren't beforehand going through and going, no, I want to talk about this one. They're reading through that thing.
Yeah.
As the articles are coming up,
Yeah.
so.
And you could do it at the beginning and then do it.
Yeah, well,
That way, at least you know if there's an
Yeah.
article that's coming up, and then you can,
Yeah.
is there any other article? There's different ways you can slice and dice. It's really up to the moderator.
Yeah.
But we are gonna have a Tuesday, I think.
Tuesday, Monday,
The
it's
Monday.
Monday at 2:00.
We're gonna be doing sort of a dry run with hopefully with the lawyer in the room, because there's a lot this year, and
Yeah.
kind of making sure we kind of practice one time through.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so we all know what's going on there. We have these, nice job, everyone. Before we get, we can't do the motion.
No, we
She's
can
not
never
here.
leave.
You can never-
We're stuck here forever.
Catherine's not here.
Dang it.
No, but before we get to that, just checking through, was there anything else we need? A reminder, so you all need to do your write-ups, which really is pull your agenda your items, and just write up the motion themselves and any notes or however you want to do it, of what you want to say. Some people do a full, this is everything I'm going to say. Some people do, here are the key points I want to hit. It's up to you.
Usually blow it up to point size.
Yes,
So it's easy
yes.
to read, you can't miss it.
Yes.
I did it and read the motion too.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna do it like last year, but I'm not certain because I haven't checked where. Select board is and moderator are up behind, above us and behind us. We're down below with the town members that we're representing. But we'll talk about that next Monday. I know there's mixed feelings on that.
Where's the podium where we speak?
So that's what we gotta work on. We are not going up, I will die
Right.
on this sword.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, we will not be going up the stairs to get to the podium.
Instead.
Yeah, yeah.
Instead of.
What's that? Oh. Oh,
So you're meeting with,
Jamie and myself, Kevin will probably be there and the lawyer will be there to just walk through the plan Tuesday, Monday. And just actually walk article by article and talk it through. Then a reminder that on tomorrow is the 7th, the 21st, 28th is I will get you the time of that. It's not posted yet. I'll check with you or with Jamie on what time it actually starts.
5:30,
Yeah,
I think is what I
okay,
heard, I think Sam say today,
okay.
trying to confirm with the moderator.
Moderator, okay. So we will check that and confirm that, but that'll be then.
Get there early to make sure you get a seat.
One question, just to clarify or verify, at a minimum, we read the recommendation.
Yep.
And then we say FinCom recommends positive action or no action, whatever.
Yep.
And then we can say any details we
no,
want
the
to
other
after
way,
that.
right? This is the other way. You read the recommendation, you discuss whatever.
You can say, yeah, you have to,
And you end.
you
with
have to,
the
so
thing, right?
if you have to end with the FinCom recommends,
Okay,
whatever, because you want to make that
but
clear.
you definitely start with recommended that the town,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And we can say
Yeah.
whatever we want to
Just
say.
use these warrant trackers, whatever I put in the description, that's what I will.
Say.
When we created the warrant tracker last year, the idea was, that's what it was meant to be, but I kind of envisioned we'd have a little more than just a sentence or two in
Yeah.
there, but that's fine, it works fine.
Mhm.
But hopefully next year we can use those warrant trackers early and often as we're going through and voting the warrants, where you guys are actually keying them in. I didn't set you all up for that this year. But then we could just go from there. Anything else, any questions, anything else we need to review?
Do you want to say, or is that?
Yeah, we still want to talk about that for a
Yeah.
second. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. So you wanted to talk,
Yeah, my thought was,
yeah,
we have a couple warrants with free cash
yeah,
that we know actioned. If the ATM agrees with us,
yeah. And so there's $300,000+.
that's correct out of two.
Yeah.
Would it be advantageous, and I think it would, to add that to the transfer to the capital stabilization fund at the end? And we have the authority to modify that
Yeah,
motion.
yeah.
And that would have to be done at the end.
So,
From a practical standpoint, it doesn't make too much difference, I don't think, in terms of the availability to use the funds, whether it stays in free cash or capital stabilization. I don't think there's.
because both of those are 50% plus one, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
What it
They're
does.
not a super majority. I just want to make sure. Yeah.
Yeah, what it says is a very strong, positive message, I think, to the audience.
That
We're looking for the future.
or to your point, we believe this truck is going to be needed.
Yeah, sure.
We're putting the money aside this year.
Exactly. So it follows exactly the FinCom
If that happens,
guidelines
I don't
for
know.
rolling stock.
Doesn't matter.
I know it's gonna be free cash one way. or the
Usually
other.
out of capital saving or free cash.
Yeah,
That
the
was
next
my
year,
point.
but
I think
But
the optic,
yeah,
I think the optics.
if as residents, you're closest, you're appointed, to represent, if you think that there's good optic to do it, we can absolutely consider,
I'll
but
throw it out to everybody else. What do you think?
the only other thing I mentioned though is that when we're the bond agency is gonna go up for debt this late summer into the fall. They'll look at everything, they'll look at the stabilization accounts, they'll make sure I'm meeting our guidelines. They do look at like that unencumbered cash as well. And so it doesn't hurt us to carry over free
Yeah.
cash either.
Yeah,
It might
I mean,
be-
either place, it's just, what it is a big powerful point is saying, this is where we think it, we're prepping this to be there for this other thing. There is, well, let me throw something else out there though. Is if it's in a stabilization account and the truck dies, not that we're gonna be able to do something next next March. Or sometime this year, if, let's do it this way, if truck suddenly dies and we have to do something, a special town meeting can release those funds. Not saying we have to. If it goes to free cash, we can't touch it till next year at town meeting, because it's not gonna be certified.
Certified it. in
Still certified.
October.
But we don't authorize, so so
You know,
in October, assuming, you do your great job as you have and you get it then go fast.
You could stick it
They
in
get
the
it.
FinCom reserve fund.
What?
You could stick it in the FinCom reserve.
free cash though?
I don't know, I'm just.
Yeah.
Capital stabilization fund and then replenish.
So
it at
to
town meeting.
get it out of
What's in our-
capital stabilization needs the town meeting vote.
Oh, you need it down.
Yeah, so what he said, that's why he said throw anything up,
Yeah,
but,
if someone really thinks the truck's gonna keel over.
yeah. But anyway,
The town's position would be either way would probably work fine.
Yeah.
I think the anticipation has been, rather than adjusting an article that's already been printed and put out and creating any confusion, it could be a good sign too. The other point, we always assumed if it didn't pass, it would fall to part of our certified free cash number, and we talked about trying to have that unencumbered free cash next year too. There's value both ways.
yeah,
We can make that, we can have 3 weeks, 4 weeks before our next meeting, right, when we sit together, we could maybe
Yeah.
mull it then too.
yeah, well, so if anyone did want to make that recommendation, that was a member of FinCom, the one thing I do ask is that's probably a recommendation that you're making as a citizen. Unless, because unless FinCom, the only option we would have, unless FinCom as a whole votes it,
That was my.
Yeah,
FinCom as a whole
votes it, that would change the recommendation.
We would say something like any funds not appropriated in this article would be added to. Something like that, you can word.
Yeah.
The meeting before,
No, you wordsmith it, 'cause you're gonna.
it would have to be, I wouldn't necessarily use those 2 articles to say that,
That's
because
gonna be mad.
you have to see how those articles play out to then make that
Yeah,
Right,
determination.
that's,
so
So you'd say that we're adding a motion to modify the capital stabilization by $276,000 more to a total of this.
Right.
As a result of the fact that the dump truck didn't pass in Article 20 blank. I forget.
So what we would have to do then is we would have to, at the meeting in town beforehand,
Make that determination, you're
we
gonna,
would have to do a if then else type of
right,
vote.
sure,
We would say, if either of these 2 amendments
Yeah.
don't
I
pass,
think that's fine.
Have 3 amendments written, 3 different
Right.
numbers.
we will add those.
Two numbers.
but because I'm not gonna have us at town meeting vote right there
No,
and there,
no.
you know what I mean?
We vote in it,
And there,
and
yeah,
all you do
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
keep track.
yeah, okay,
That's-
something to think about.
Or you can vote on the floor, right before the article.
Yeah, I know, that's why I don't wanna have.
Especially if you get Article 51 or
We're
2.
gonna be going, let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that in their consent agenda? We'd have to pull it out too.
No, those are not.
No, those
Oh,
are,
no.
Remember, this is gonna be the last thing, 1 in the morning.
this
We're there
is,
at 1. We're there
Yeah.
at 1, right, there's something wrong.
no,
Yeah,
I wouldn't, well, we'll see,
Okay.
we'll see.
Is there a pool on the?
Not
Lane?
yet. Well, my pool on tonight is 9:34 and we're getting
Let's
close,
beat it.
so.
Yeah.
Let's beat it.
Let's beat it. So, anybody have anything left else? Last thing is just in case, I do have one,
Well, special time meeting.
special town meeting. I will share that document out. There are some things there, special town meeting, go ahead, I just received a couple hours ago, the special town meeting draft. Is not final nor near final, but what I did ask Kevin, that I don't know you heard, but maybe you told us that we get it by the time of the moderators forum.
You talk about this is a
The balance transfers.
Right.
Prior bills.
Prior bills.
and,
Our bill, so,
Yeah, okay, I mean, that's always been a last minute
Yeah,
thing.
but
That we pay.
Trying to get ahead of it for you guys.
Yeah.
preferably, I said recognizing the last minute, I asked for it a week ahead.
Okay, I know, I'm right, I'm just.
Is that, so you were
So
gonna,
we gave it to you a month ahead.
yeah, as a
Just so
draft,
you can see like what we're
What
planning
you're
to.
and I will share that out with everyone.
Okay.
I had it open.
Those are based on Amanda actually looking at what we're doing year to date and kind of trending out, like Snow and I used to see a couple in there and
Yeah.
because some for gas and diesel. There's things that we feel confident will probably do.
And there's notes in there too, so you can see like kind of why we did it.
Historically, that just goes,
It should,
flies through.
but this gives you a chance to look at it. There might be some modifications, 1, 2, 3, slide something out, put something in, but get it earlier better. Finalize it at least a week in advance.
My second one was another reminder that we need a liaison for
Yes.
policies.
Yes, thank you, and that we're gonna do in a minute. No one asked, so I'm volunteering someone. But I'll do that after we finish this meeting.
Do
So,
we have enough funds to cover what you would project needed for transfers?
Yes.
to Balance accounts,
Mhm.
because last year was tight. Exceptionally over tight.
so, last thing is, I'll send times out. Attire, just, I'll tell you what I wear, what you guys do what you want, but I generally go with a suit without a tie. And that's what I've done traditionally, just so everyone understands. Yeah, but you all do what you want to do, as long as it's semi-appropriate.
No sandals. Flip-flops.
With socks. It's
Starting to get warm.
Yeah,
That-
come on, Burks with socks. I would love a motion.
In case you change.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any final discussion? All in favor?
All right.
Aye. Opposed, abstained. Thank you, everyone. 9:33.